And good Saturday morning, everybody. Hope your Saturday is going as well as can be expected. Um, as you can see, I am here solo. It was a last minute change of plans due to and not really it wasn't a health situation, but it was a family situation. So Shannon can't be with us here today. I'm sure he'll explain it in a video or something like that. But he's okay. Everybody's okay. You know, it's just one of those everyday things that we have to deal with in life sometimes. But he is fine. His family is fine. So don't worry that way. And I just literally just moments before coming on, I went to Easy Comic Reader, his Instagram, to get the song that he wrote a couple weeks ago now. Well, it's probably quite a few weeks ago now. It was before Valentine's Day, I believe. And I was going to plug in the words and try to do that this morning. However, I had discovered on his website, he had, on his, not on his website, on his Instagram, I don't know what you call it, page or whatever. But he had made left me a note saying that his grandmother had passed away recently, and today was the funeral. I believe it was today is the funeral. And I just want to send my thoughts and prayers. I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to you, Mike. As everybody knows, I recently lost my dad. But like Mike said, she's in a better place. She's up there in in heaven watching wrestling. So in honor of her, we're gonna start off with like I said, this show was just about the number one, pretty much. So here is the first issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated from 1979. So I wanted to show that this morning in honor of Mike's grandmother. And Mike, thoughts and prayers. My heart goes out to you and your family, my friend. If you need anything or just want to talk, you got my number. Just give me a jingle, my friend. All right. Love you, brother. So as a result, I really just couldn't bring myself to do the musical thing this week. So next week, I hope be able to do it for you guys and make Easy Comic Reader proud. So anyway, all right. So like I said, hope everybody's Saturday is going well as can be expected. And I haven't been on my social media very much lately, and I haven't even been on YouTube too much lately, just because of things that have been going on, and takes up a lot of time. I'm sure a lot of people have gone through this stuff before, and so you all know how much time it can take and stuff like that. And on top of that, it just my wife got really sick the last 2 or 3, 4 days with some kind of a stomach bug. They call it a neurovirus. So she was really, really sick. I mean, really sick. Excuse me. I haven't seen her that sick in a long time. So, but she's feeling much better. We went to the urgent care walk-in, and they gave her some stuff to to take for the nausea and everything. So she's doing much better. Yesterday she said she felt a lot better, and this morning she seems like she's feeling even better than yesterday. So that's good to hear too. So anyway, let's see. It's almost 8 past. So why don't we bring in the Peanut Gallery and say hi to everybody? Hope everything going well for you. Here we go.
The Peanut Gallery's on the run. We got the comics, you bring the fun. Saturday morning, time to cheer. Man, we're glad you're here. North, south, east, and west, Peanut Gallery, you're the best. All our friends, both far and near. Man, we're glad you're here.
And good morning to the Peanut Gallery. How is everybody doing? Glad you are here once again to hang out with me. I apologize that you gotta look at my face again for another couple hours here, but we'll try and make it as painless as possible and show you some comics. I have got 1, 2, 3 stacks of comics that all have to do with number ones or first appearances or just super silly things like it's the only one of that type in my collection type of thing. So I hope you guys will come along with me on this journey this morning, and we'll see if we can have a good time, maybe share some laughs, share some stories, share some memories, and definitely be sharing some comics. So all right. Well, we want to start off with Anthony Perdue, so let's do it. All right, Anthony Perdue. He says, "Good morning, Peanut Peers. Cousin Wally and the Charlton Heroes." Oh, I like it. Summertime 1967. My older cousin Wally and me are in the car with Uncle Manny, who just drove Aunt Rose to a friend's house. We're heading back home along a main boulevard, a little further than I've gone before. I'm browsing through my copy of Peter Cannon Thunderbolt comic book. Yes, my favorite Charlton hero. I like it. Cousin Wally nudges me and says, "See that building up ahead?" he asks me. "Yeah," I tell him. "That's where Thunderbolt and his friends hang out. I saw him going in there one time." Somebody pulling somebody's leg here, Anthony. He says, "It was a sci-fi looking place that I later found out is the Water and Power Company. I stare at the building as we near it and keep staring at it as we pass. When I get home before I fall asleep, I'm still thinking about that building where the Charlton Heroes get together. The next day, I decide on taking a long walk to go see that building." Curiosity got the better of you, huh? He says, 90 minutes later, I'm in front of the building. A man's at the gate, and he asked me if I'm looking for someone. I showed him my Thunderbolt comic that I took along and tell him what Cousin Wally said. He smiles, looks around, then bends down in front of me, holding a finger to his lips. He whispers to me, "Shh, don't tell anyone, but sometimes him and his friends come here, but don't tell anyone." Oh, that's awesome that he went along with it. And I whisper back my promise not to tell anyone. He smiles, tousles my hair, then stands back up. He closes the gate and locks it. We wave goodbye to each other. And I stand there for a few minutes staring at the building when I wave towards the windows in case one of the Charlton Heroes is looking outside when I head for home, never telling anyone that I went there. I filed this one under Cousin Wally and the Charlton Heroes. My friends, if you could please send Teddy prayers. He's not recovering well from the surgery. Thank you. You will catch the replay. Well, we're sending our prayers and thoughts out to Teddy for a recovery here, a speedy recovery and a full recovery. So, Anthony, so all our prayers and thoughts go out to you and Teddy as well. Thank you so much for sharing that story. That's a wonderful story. I love the fact that the guy went along with it. Don't know if you'd see that too much today, but that was very, very cool indeed. So thank you once again for sharing that wonderful story, Anthony. And again, you and Teddy are in our thoughts and prayers. So, and Scotty Z70 is with us. Hey, Scotty, but he says he'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right here. Easy Comic Reader. He says, good morning, everyone. Today we are laying my grandmother to rest. She is now watching wrestling and westerns with Grandpa in heaven. Y'all take care. Again, thoughts and prayers go out to you as well, you and your family, Mike. I know it's a tough time, you know, but like you said, she's in a better place, and she's got a front row seat to watch some wrestling. So thank you for sharing that with us, and Godspeed, brother. And Maranya, hold on, Maranya, I got to do you justice. We got to do it. And indeed, good morning, Maranya. Thank you so much for being here once again to keep me in line and keep me on time. So Maranya says, wonderful story as always, Anthony. My thoughts and prayers go to you and Teddy as do we are all. So thank you so much. She also says, ECR, your grandma and grandpa are sure watching wrestling and westerns in heaven. My thoughts and prayers go to you and your family at this time. Give Dolly June and Amos Moses, I love it, some cuddles. So, yes. Thank you so much for that. And Missing Mars. Hey, Double M, how you doing this morning? He says, ECR, thoughts and prayers, my friend. Sending you peace and love. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Missing Mars. Missing Mars. For some reason, when I just said that, it didn't sound right. Double M. So thank you so much. And Maranya says, good morning to you and Ludwig. Double M. And I am one of us. Hi, I am one of us. Great to have you with us once again. He says, good morning, Rod and Shannon. Hi. And as you can see, Shannon is missing this morning, but hopefully he'll be back. It may be a week or two, depending on what his schedule allows him to do. But today it was a last minute thing last night when I talked to him. But everybody's okay. It's just one of those situations that we all have to deal with at some point. So very, very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. I am one of us. And Maranya says, good morning to you. I am one of us. And I am one of us says, hi, Maranya, and everybody in the chat. And Eric Breen, the professor. How you doing, professor? And let me see if I can do this. Hello. Oh, great to have you with us, Eric. As always, love to see you in the Peanut Gallery along with everybody. So hope your Saturday is going okay and having fun. And then Double M says, hey, Maranya, we're doing great today. That's good news to hear. Good. Maranya says, hello to you too, Eric. And Missing Mars says, I am one of us. And Mr. Breen, good morning. And Michael Taylor is with us. Hey, Michael, how you doing? He says, good morning, Rob and Shannon, wherever you are. And great to have you with us, Michael. Thank you for hanging out with us. And Maranya says, good morning to Michael. And Michael says, Vent Rod, sorry to hear that, ECR. Yeah. So everybody, please send your prayers and thoughts and well wishes to Mike and also to Teddy and Anthony Purdue. So Scotty Z70 says, y'all started without me. I was headhunting, literally looking for a head to fit a clear Migo male 8-inch body. Can't find one. I know I have an old Aladdin for a 12-inch figure somewhere, but that'll be too big. Doing some customizing, some Migo customizing, Scotty? Is that something you do on a regular basis? I'd be curious to know. Hey, Michael says, good morning, Maranya. And Fireball Comics, hey, Fireball, how you doing? He says, hey. And good morning to you, sir. Hope everything is going well. Glad to see you here in the Peanut Gallery once again. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Friar Talk, hey, Friar, how you doing, man? He says, hello, all. I lied. I guess Brother Mars, I can watch for a bit, then gotta run. Understood. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang with us, man. I love it. Thank you so much. Cool beans. All right. Maranya says, hey, Fireball and Friar. And Tempest from Mars is here. How you doing, Tempest? Great to have you with us once again, my friend. Afternoon, everyone, he says, and a good afternoon to you, sir. Hope all is going well in your side of the world. And thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. And Maranya says, good morning, Scotty, Lil Bit, Tom, Goldilocks, Midnight, and good morning to you from this side of the pond, TFM. And you know what? Right now, since we've named a lot of the Legion of Peanut Pets, we're going to play that Legion of Peanut Pets thing right now. There we go, Lady M. Legion of Peanut Pets. Good morning to all the members of the Legion of Peanut Pets out there and their owners. So glad to have y'all here and sharing their stories with us as always. Let's see here. We got yep. We got that one. Michael Taylor says, Rod, I'm glad your wife is feeling better. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. As does my wife. Thank you very much. And Maranya says, glad your wife is feeling better, Rod. But thank you so much, Lady M. Appreciate that. She's doing well. She's a trooper. So 35, 36 years, I guess I'll keep her. And Maranya says, good morning to Rod, Shannon, on assignment. The Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foofs, the Studio Audience, and Maranya's Legion of Peanut Pets. Awesome. Got them all in there. Man, she is on top of it this morning. And Michael Taylor says, feel better real soon, Teddy. Yes. Teddy gonna recover. I know it. He's gonna recover. So Scotty Z70, he says, my condolences, ECR. And Michael Taylor says, hey, Eric. And Scotty says, I'm back. Goldilocks was banging on the front door, and Midnight was at the bathroom sink wanting water. They keep you busy, don't they, Scotty? Holy cow. Higgy Pop! Hey, Higgy, how you doing there, my friend? He says, hello to you, Hot Rod. Hello to all my peanut friends. Always great to see you in the peanut gallery along with the rest of the nuts. So what's going on with your Saturday? How you doing? You having a good Saturday morning? Hope so. I've got so much. I haven't been able to well, I just haven't watched a whole lot of videos. I missed a lot of people's videos over the last couple weeks. So I'm trying my darndest to catch up. Higgy's one of the ones I missed. I did see last night. I was working on stuff for the show, and I saw Friday Night Live with Crazy Hungarian Joe, and he had on Triple C and Matt, and I think he had somebody else on. I can't remember who. I'm sorry for that, but it was a lot of fun watching that, and I hope to be able to sneak on there at some time, Joe. If you're watching, I want to get on there, but it's a lot of fun. A good addition to the Friday night YouTube lineup. So definitely check them out. A lot of fun, showing a lot of comics and stuff, and just a lot of good talk, a lot of good conversation. So if you get a chance, check them out. And as well as I mean, everybody knows you should have by now been checking out Higgy Pop, right? So the hardest working man in videos. That's what I say. All right. And Maranya says, Higgy Pop, how are you and Hawk Dog doing today? And Scotty Z70 says, unless you're Wednesday Addams with your headless dolls. He says, I think my family of pets makes up half of them. I just don't want to be a crazy cat lady. Oh, no. Owners? I'm pretty sure my cats own me. Yeah, well, we've got two cats. They're blood brothers, and they're probably about 16. I think they're 16 years old now. So they're a couple of old men, but they do certainly run your life for the most part. So don't feel like you're alone. And Michael Taylor says hi to Higgy. And Maranya says, I bet George and Domino are giving your wife some kitty nursing. Yes, they were. Although it seems like lately, the last week, they've been, for some reason, not getting along good. But there was a couple of days when she was sick. You are absolutely correct. Where I would go in and check on her, and they were both there with her. So they know. Some people say, they're just pets. No, they know. They know when you're not feeling good. And they were right there with her, So I firmly believe that. Thank you for that. Missing Mars says, Higgy, hello, my friend. And Ranger Sly, hey, Ranger, all the way from up north. How you doing? Hope your Saturday's going well, my friend. He says, howdy, Rod, and good morning to the Peanuts Gallery, and a good morning to you, sir. Great to have you with us once again from north of the border. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. And Maranya says, I'm looking into which 8-inch Mego male action figure had the clear plastic body, Scotty. No luck yet. And Maranya says, howdy there, Ranger. Scotty says, I'm just looking through my body banks, Micronauts comics, for a head that will fit. No luck yet, Maranya. I have a body banks of bodies and heads because I pop and swap a lot. Oh, there you go. Hey, Rob, Cheap Comic Collector. How you doing, man? Great to have you with us, Triple C. Love it. He says, good morning, everyone. Joe would be thrilled to have you on, Rod. Shannon has been on a couple of times, and you are both always welcome. Well, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. I was watching last night, man, and I missed the first part of the show, of Joe's show, but I caught the probably about the last 75% of it. And at the end, he showed a video. He said, you made 2 AI videos for him, and that one that he played at the end, That was phenomenal, man. That was incredible. I'm like, wow, that looks like it's really him doing all those things and all those people, being in there and stuff. That was a tremendous, phenomenal thing, Rob. You are incredible with that AI stuff, man. Unbelievable. So if you haven't seen it yet, check out Crazy Hungarian Joe's Friday Night Live last night, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because he plays one that you made him at the beginning, and I missed that one. I got to go back and watch that, because I'm sure it's just as good as the one he plays at the end. And that one he plays at the end, my jaw was on the floor, man. That was just awesome, awesome, awesome. So definitely check him out, and of course check out his $2 comic sale, claim sale. Right after the show here, usually about 12:45 or so, if I can, close my trap and get us off on time. So definitely check them out. $2 a comic, free shipping. You can't beat it. Not with a stick, you can't. Rob, great to have you with us once again, my friend. Thank you for hanging out. We got Maranya saying good morning to Triple C. And Scotty Z70 says Toy Fair is this weekend, in case anyone here likes toys too. I'm stoked about the mask coming out from Loyal Subjects. I hadn't heard. I remember Mask was a TV show from the 70s, or was it a cartoon? Might have been a cartoon. I think there were comics too. I think I may have one or two of the comics that I inherited from somebody. But very cool. Yeah, I love to see the new toys and stuff that are coming out. Mostly action figures, but any kind of like a superhero, anything to do with superhero and comics, I love it. I collect all kinds of oddball, stuff like the Batman. Here's a Batcopter, 1966. Batmobiles, anything like that. So yeah, absolutely, Scotty. Thank you for the heads up on the toy fair. Eric K. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? He says, good morning, Rod and my friends in the Peanut Gallery. I will have to watch this on replay as I'm heading out on the road, traveling home soon. Well, safe travels, my friend. Take care, and when you get home, when you watch this is me saying hi. How you doing, Eric? Oh man, so much fun. I look forward to my Saturday mornings, man. So you guys are awesome. Awesome, all of you guys and gals. No, I don't want anybody to feel left out. Scotty says, yep, sometimes you get a great head, but it's on a terrible body. Later you get a better body, pop and swap, perfect figure. Oh, there you go. There you go. And Maranya says, most Mego 8-inch heads will fit their bodies because they are designed to use one standard body and just swap the heads. Sometimes they have custom lower legs and hands, and that's pretty rare. Wow. Cool beans. And Michael Taylor says, I hate it when that happens, Scotty. Scotty says, also, I now want the Blokies Sesame Street buildable figures, the Count and the Grouch. They also revealed Bert and Ernie. Any other people remember these Muppets? Oh, I remember them. Oh my gosh, yeah. Cookie Monster should get here soon. I was in school when Sesame Street started. I was in, like, I don't know, what was it? Probably third grade or fourth grade, one or the other. And so I remember it. Yeah, it was a big deal. Here they would come in and bring the TV. When it was on a big metal rolling stand, and they would wheel it in. And when we saw them wheeling that in, we knew it's like, oh, we're going to get a break from doing some work. We're going to get to watch some TV. They used to bring it in for Sesame Street. And then later on, like in fifth grade, they used to bring it in for Electric Company when that was on. The Electric Company. And then, of course, everybody who knows the Electric Company, they had Spider-Man on there every once in a while. And I was you didn't really talk about comics and stuff in fifth grade, type of thing, what, you're still reading comics, but when Spider-Man would come on, man, my eyes are on the TV. So cool beans. And Mariah says, good morning to you, Eric. Give Ozzy, Harry, Annalie, and Martin some snuggles when you get home. There you go. Scotty says, yeah, I don't have any spare Mego heads, but I go to eBay and get a custom one. They're great 3D printers that make heads never made before. I love, see, 3D printers fascinate me. I've got, I can't see it because it's behind here, but I got a couple of different things from 3D printers. One is a Dr. Fate helmet. Oh, it's just incredible stuff. I can't have one though, because I can't have a 3D printer because I'd be building things and I'd never get anything done around here. So Scotty says, Captain Crunch isn't a superhero. No, he's a captain. He's the Sentinel, Guardian, one of the Guardians here, along with little guy here, Adamant. So I don't know why this keeps rolling. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, every once in a while, I do have some things that aren't superhero related, Scotty. So no fears. And Rania says, I do indeed, Scotty. I'd like to see a decent Big Bird myself. Also, Kermit was an early cast member on Sesame Street. Yep. Ranger Sly says, I believe that Rob is doing auctions now on Saturday and Sunday instead of claim sales. Oh, really? Triple C. You gotta give me the straight info on this, because I haven't been able to get a seat the last couple of, well, probably the last month. So I apologize if I'm giving out the wrong information. Thank you, Ranger Sly, for giving me the correct information. He's now doing auctions on Saturday. So it's no longer the $2 claim sales then. So yeah. Definitely give me the lowdown here. And I am one of us says, hi to Cheap Comic Collector. Scotty says, first wave was Cookie Monsters, Zoe, Elmo, and someone else, Maranya, but only Cookie Monster appealed to me from that bunch. I don't think Elmo existed in the 70s. I don't think so. Elmo wasn't around when I was watching it in school. I know that much. I think he was created much later. Maranya says, no, Elmo is more recent. Yeah, but they include him in the action figures because of the target audience recognizes him. Yeah. Elmo was big for my son. He, for some reason, he connected with Elmo. So we had a lot of Elmo toys, which are probably right behind this shelving unit I have right here, because I have a couple of their big plastic toy boxes, toy bins or whatever, and a lot of the kids' toys are still back in there. So at some point, when they're digging through all this stuff, they're gonna find a treasure trove of their childhood toys. They probably won't care, but I don't know. Scotty says, oh, Big Bird was part of Wave 1, Maranya. You're in luck. They're about $10 a piece and easy to build. Maranya says, if you ever wonder why they always seem to include Spider-Man and Wolverine in sets of action figures being sold, it's because those are well-known and help sell the others in the sets sold. Yeah. They'll put popular ones. They sell well. I wish some of the oddball one, although I'm thinking of the McFarlane figures, the DC figures, right now. Every time they do the oddball figures, they sell out quickly. Like the second tier or the third tier characters, they sell out so quickly. I don't collect a whole lot of Batman or Superman stuff. I do have a few things, but I like the Metamorphos. You've heard me give you the spiel before. Those kind of characters. I'd love to see. Well, I'd love to get the complete set of the Metal Men, but I have 3 of them. I have Iron, I have Mercury, I have Gold. Platinum is expensive. The lead figure is expensive, and I think one of them, either lead or platinum, I think came with a little tin figure, the tin character. But that was just crazy money for that stuff. So I have to be happy with that. And I do have somewhere, I have the Metal Men PVC figures. So, Maranya says, same with Batman and Superman for the DC action figures, or Luke and Darth Vader for Star Wars. Yep. Ranger Sly says, I love the old Sesame Street. Not a fan of the more recent stuff with Elmo. It's funny because that was one of those shows I can remember when you would either be home from school because you're sick, or you had a snow day, and you get to watch all these shows that you didn't get to see when you're going to school. And Sesame Street was one of the ones that we would tune in and watch. And I can remember, and I can't, if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong on the artist, and I apologize. I think it was Donovan is the one who did Sunshine Superman. But there's one, Good Morning Starshine, and I can't remember if it's Donovan who did it, but somebody else. But I can remember hearing that song for the first time on Sesame Street in one of their little skits, and it was just, the background was like stars and the Muppets were singing and stuff like that, and that always stuck with me, and I love that song, Good Morning Starshine, and that's one of my most vivid memories of Sesame Street, along with when they showed Superman, an animated cartoon of Superman, talking about vowels, I think it was, or something. He was talking about certain consonants or vowels, and it was just like, oh, it's Superman, and Superman's on Sesame Street. So that was really cool. That was big, And the other thing for Sesame Street was the one where they'd do a number, we'll say number 10. 10. How many is 10? 10, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, it would be 10 custard pies. And the chef would be trying to balance 10 of these things. And of course, he would always fall down and get all buggered up with all the pies and stuff like that. That's the stuff that I remember from Sesame Street. But it was always a cool thing when you could see these shows when you were homesick or had a snow day from school. Just those are pretty cool memories that I have. I'm sure you guys have a lot of them, and share them in the chat there, because I'd love to hear them. But that was always big for me. You get to see all kinds of shows that you didn't get to see, and I read the TV guide. I read the TV guide. I think my mom said I read the TV guide before I even went to first grade. And so I used to read the TV guide every Wednesday. We'd pick it up. That was my job, was to make sure I picked up the TV guide at the register. So, and I would read it front to back to know when my favorite shows and cartoons were on, and what movies were on, like on Saturday afternoon or something, and when. And then later on, when my grandfather got me interested in wrestling, when wrestling was on. So. But yeah, I digress very, very often. So sorry about that. I want to get to show you some comics here. So I know last week I spent a lot of time flapping my gums, and I didn't get to show you hardly any comics, but I'm going to try and make up for it this week. So I may skim through the peanut gallery a little quicker than I normally do, or we normally do, but I want to share with you all these comics here and stuff like that, just to have some fun. So let's see. Scotty says, "Oh, a Spock head is on eBay for $1.99. Does he need a clear body? I have another Spock in my Star Trek collection." There you go. Maranya says, blah, 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 the link for the Toy Polloi. He has a wealth of videos about repairing vintage Mego action figures. Cool beans. Scotty says, I love the Toy Polloi. He fixed the Transformer with Lego parts. Tempest from Mars says, if you can't find a decent head, Scotty, have a look on White Elephant Toys. They might have one that you can use. Also, NECA are doing Sesame Street figures now. They'll be worth picking up at some point. There you go. There you go. That's right. Tempest knows his action figures and stuff. That's right. Don't forget to check out Tempest from Mars videos too. Always cool comics. Very cool. Tempest, are you still doing the weekly geekly with Grayman? I think the last couple of shows I've seen, I haven't seen you on there. I was hoping everything was okay. So, because it was fun to see you on there, man. So, Maranya says, you could make a ghostly Spock in the vein of ghostly Ben Kenobi. And Triple C says, Ranger is correct. My show is changing to a $3 auction. Starts on Saturday and Sunday starting today. You can still claim $2 books Monday through Friday on recorded videos once they start up again next week. Okay. Cool beans. Awesome. Thank you, Rob, for that. And Ranger, because I was not aware that things were changing up. So cool beans. So it's going to be $3 auctions. So that's, I assume they mean they start at $3 and they can go as high as anybody's willing to bid. So cool beans. Good. Awesome. You can still claim $2 books on Monday through Friday on the recorded videos. All right. Wow. Cool beans. Thank you so much for straightening me out, Triple C, and you too, Ranger. Excuse me. I apologize. And it gets dusty down here. So thank you so much. So everybody check out the Triple C's new and improved auctions. All right. Now you start at the same time, right? I think you said last night on Joe's show that you were starting the same time, at least on Saturdays, about 12:45 or whenever I can stop bumping my gums. So Scotty says, I could use a Marsha Brady. Yeah, that's a Thor. Oh no. Scotty says, Led did. I have all 6. Yeah. That's cool, Scotty. Because those were, I really wanted to get those, but I just couldn't pull the trigger for the money they are commanding on eBay and stuff. But that's awesome. Good. Congratulations, man, because those are really cool figures. They don't have a Doc Magnus one. I'm surprised they haven't come out with a Doc Magnus one. So, Scotty, if you were talking the 6-inch DC Universe figures, I have all 6 of the Metal Men. Yes, the PC ones. And then there was the ones that I said, the action figures, the actual action figures. And can I get my hands on any of them? No. I thought they were up here, but they are not. Oh, where are you? Oh, right in front of me. Yes, I can get them. Here we go. This is the Mercury one. Yes, the DC Universe one. So this is the Mercury one, and you can see he's morphing into a giant pair of scissors there. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. And the lead and the gold are similar packaging because it's from the same type of line, different waves, I believe. So it's very, very cool. In fact, in this wave, the 2 that I'm still hunting down is right there. The Creeper. Whoops. There we go. Creeper and Jonah Hex. So I'm still trying to hunt down those. So there we go. And I can't show you because the light will blow you out. But I've got pegboard over here where I've got a lot of toys and action figures hanging on pegboard here. Very similar to the pegboards that I just put together I got over here. Maybe if I have time, I'll show you if you guys are interested. If not, just tell me, shut up and show the comics, you old fart, you. So, thank you, Scotty. Yeah, cool beans. Michael Taylor says, I like the first appearance of the first appearance Batman figure. Oh, yeah. I have the first appearance of Hawkman, and I think the first appearance Green Lantern ones. I was looking to see if I could see them right off the bat, but I don't see them. There's probably a hanging up on the wall there, or hanging from my cable TV cable up there. So cool beans, Michael. Awesome. Scotty says, you know what I still don't have and they need to make? Jack of Hearts. Oh, yeah. Jack of Hearts would be a must-have. Stingray, I'd get a Stingray too, but Jack of Hearts would be so cool. Especially if they take the time to make it as intricate as his costume was. That would be super cool. McFarlane can make the specialized action figures because he only has to answer to himself and not a major corporation like Mattel or Hasbro. His price point covers the manufacturing cost. His stuff is really good. I mean, there's a lot. I bought a lot of his stuff. I got Peacemaker up there. I got some other ones. Psycho Pirate, Animal Man. I know I got more, but they're all kind of scattered around here. Oh, the Spectre right there. Oh, love that Spectre one. That is just too cool. Tempest from Mars says, Platinum came with tin. Also, Mattel are getting the DC license back in 2026. So no more McFarlane after this year. Oh, no. Oh, because his figures have been so cool. I've really, really enjoyed them. You know, I almost pulled the trigger on the Sergeant Rock one, but I just don't like the face on the Sergeant Rock one. It doesn't look like, to me, like Sergeant Rock should look. The other one is, I'd love to get the Jonah Hex with the horse, but that's an expensive one, but it's still cool. Still very cool. Scotty says, Snow Day, we had summer break instead and watched it while playing with our 8-inch Mego superheroes and Micronauts. Yeah. In the summertime, we got to watch them, but most of the time in the summertime, we were out at the crack of dawn. We were outside, playing outside, either on the swing set or riding our bikes through the woods on our trails and stuff like that. Or we had a sand pile that we would build cities in and play with Matchbox cars and stuff like that. G.I. Joes. Oh, we played with G.I. Joes everywhere. Oh, that was just crazy stuff. I love it. So yeah, yep. Jack of Hearts, says Morano, would be an expensive action figure to do in the Marvel line, mostly because of the deco hits, which is what they call the custom painting needed. Yeah, I know, and that's probably exactly why they haven't done it to this point, but still, it would be cool. Oh, it would be awesome. Scotty says, I thought Led did in a Matty Collector's $35 deluxe set. Oh, if it was just $35, still, I'd buy it. Scotty says, the count took over the numbers. Wah. Ron says, oh, man, that sucks, TFM. Unless they get the 4 Horsemen or someone equally as good to design DC action figures, we won't be getting any good ones like McFarlane's. Yeah, that's sad. Hey, it's Crazy Hungarian himself. Hey, Joe, how you doing? He says, good morning, all. Hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. And same to you, my friend. I was just telling folks a few minutes ago, you probably heard me because I'm so far behind in my comments here. But I watched your show last night, the Friday Night Live, and urging everybody to tune in on Friday nights to watch it. You guys had a great show last night with Rob and Matt, and I can't remember the other fellow that was on. Was it Evo or something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, I was telling everybody about the videos, the AI video that Rob made for you, and how cool the one. I only got to see the one at the end. I'm sorry about the last 75% of your show. And when you showed that thing at the end, that was just phenomenal. It was just, I told Rob, he's crazy. He's just awesome with that stuff. So it looked great. So, I'd love to be able to come on at some point in the future and hang out with you guys. So very cool. Very cool. Great to have you with us, Joel, man. He says, Maranya says, good morning to you, Hungarian. And Crazy Hungarian says, good morning to Maranya. And Maranya's laying down the pause line, so that means we get to show some comics. All right. All right. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Do I want to start with the oddball stuff? Do I want to start with Marvel and DC? Again, I went with One Is The Loneliest Number. Why? Because I'm here alone today, and so I just said, well, why don't we do things around number one? Well, that includes issue number one and the first appearances, and sometimes the only one of that type in my collection. So that's what I went by. So let's see. I'll just grab some of these. I'll just grab some of these. These are mostly look like they're mostly Marvel to start out with, and then I'll switch gears. Of course, everybody knows they got to have this in their collection, and that's Solar Man #1, the first issue featuring Solar Man, which was a brief, and I mean brief, cartoon series on Saturday morning. I think it was up for a cup of coffee, and that was it. So it only had, I think, 2 issues. So that was issue number 1. And I'm doing the Metarog. Is issue number 2. And I apologize, my camera does not want to cooperate. Is number 2 with Dr. Doom. And again, we're doing the Metarog. So I'm sure everybody has those in their collection. Those are highly priced items, Oh, what else we got? We got some cool stuff in here. Let's see. We got, this is Justice League of America number 110. And why is this a number 1? It's a number 1 because this is the first super spectacular that I remember buying off the rack. So there we go. It's Who Killed Santa Claus? Oh, St. Nick with a bullet. Holy cow. But yeah, this was the first one, the first super spectacular that I can remember buying. And this was when it was 50 cents. They went up a dime after that. So, and then we got, let's see, Super Team Family number 1. Great white cover there. Everybody running. They're heading for higher ground. Either that or they're playing tag again and Superman's it. All right, we got Battle Classics number 1. Got a reprint from Brave and the Bold number 52. No. Yeah. This cover by Joe Kubert. Or Kubert. I don't know. Which way do you say it? Eric K. Which way did we decide we were saying it? Oh, we got giant size supervillain team up number 1. Namor and Dr. Doom going at it. And just because it was with it at the time, there's number 2. Let's see. They made up. See, here they're fighting. Like, here they're fighting together. Back to back. Cool beans. And we got The Power of the Warlock number 1. Adam Warlock, baby. Night of the Man Beast. Great Bronze Age stuff. Showing the Bronze Age in honor of my compatriot, my brother, Shannon. Here we got a couple of oldies but good ones. This one, man, I can remember seeing this on the newsstand at one of the Star Market grocery stores, Newington, New Hampshire. Like 68, 69, 68, I think it was. And that's Silver Surfer number 1. 25-cent square bound. Oh, I love it. I always liked this series of Silver Surfer because I thought it was very, very philosophical the way he was viewing things on Earth and the way humans interacted and stuff like that. I really, really liked the writing and, of course, the art. I love the art, but I like the stories. So that's a classic. I love that. And here's one from what is that? From Kirby, and it's a number one, the Bronze Age, and it's Mr. Miracle. I was always a fan of Harry Houdini's. I was fascinated by escape artists of the time and stuff like that. So when this came out, it was like, oh wow, escape artist in comics, cool beans. So I like the character. So first appearance of Mr. Miracle and Oberon, 1971. So all right, let's see. Grab some stuff from back here. Got some. This is whoops, what am I knocking over? Hey, the red tornado. Can't be. Look, it's a red tornado. It's the only red tornado action figure I have. So there we go. All right. This is the only Captain Marvel Golden Age book that I have in my collection. And this is Captain Marvel number 59 from all the way from 1946. So I always wanted to have a Golden Age Captain Marvel book in my collection, and I picked this one up at a good price. So I was very happy to have it, just so I could look through it and see, because I don't have a whole lot of Golden Age, and for me it's expensive, and there's so much more Silver Age that I'm still trying to pick up. So that's where I put any funds that I have for comic collecting. They go towards Silver Age and Bronze Age first, but I always wanted to have a Captain Marvel Golden Age one. So I checked that off, and it's fun to read. It's just a fun read. I can imagine what it was being a kid and going to the newsstand out on the street or whatever, and picking one of these up and sitting down and reading it on your front steps or something, So just very, very cool. This one here is here because it is issue number 1, but it's the only one of its type in my collection. And it probably will only ever be the only one of its type. And that is Simpsons Comics and Stories. This was sent to me by mistake. I was supposed to get another book, and he swapped them. The seller swapped them. So he sent this to me instead, and I'm like, hey, it's nice. It looks good and everything, but it's not the book I bought. So, but that's the reason that's there. So, but if anybody likes The Simpsons or is looking for this, let me know. So, this one here is I believe the only Golden Key John Carter of Mars comic book in my collection. I think there's only 3 issues, and this is issue number 3 of it. So, all right, then we got some, let's see, Skywald comics. Professor Eric Breen, this is for you. Tender Love Stories from Skywald, number 1. You don't see these too often. Even on eBay, you don't see. I think there's 4 issues of this, and you don't see them too often. This is from 1970. So, And remember, I just showed you that Simpsons book. They were supposed to send me a different book, and they didn't, and they sent me that one. This is the book they were supposed to send me. This is another Skywald. This is number 1 of The Heap, one of the original swamp monster type characters. The Heap. So they actually, this thing took like a month to get to me, because he had to contact the other guy who he sent it to, and convince him to send it to me directly, and blah 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 and all that stuff. But he got here, so that's the important thing, I guess. Oh, we got some Atlas comics. How about some Atlas comics from, like, what was that, 75 or so, in the Bronze Age? Atlas comics. Here's this is not a number 1, so you don't get to see that one. All right, I'll show it anyway. But it's number 3 of the Destructor. I thought it said number 1. I might have grabbed the wrong one. So anyway, that one snuck in there. But here we go. We got a number 1 of Western action starring Kid Cody, a gunfighter, and the Comanche Kid. Birth of a Gunman. I believe this is the only issue of this comic. I don't think they made an issue 2. So, but it was pretty cool. Always a fan of the West. So, and then we skip over to Archie. And this is number 1. No, it's not. Again, I didn't check it. It was the Shadow. I thought this was the number 1, but it's not. It's number 7, because I had the wrong thing. I saw the orange sticker on there. So there you go. All righty. And we got back to some Atlas comics. We got number 1 of Target. Is that Neil Adams? That looks like a Neil Adams. I think it is. I think that's a Neil Adams cover too. Because this looks very reminiscent of his style and the layout. He does that, what do they call it? Dutch angle style. The slightly tilted thing, which way, where it would, be normally look like this, but he's got it tilted. So there's number 1 of that. And we have number 1 of Blazing Battle Tales featuring Sergeant Hawk. Now this looks like a Joe Kubert style cover right here. This clearly, whoever did this had been reading or looking at some Joe Kubert war comics, because look at this layout on this thing. Blazing Battle Tales number 1. Just look at the layout on that. That's exactly how Kubert used to do the covers on his war comics. Cool beans. On this one here, this is the only issue of this, I think. I don't think they made an issue number 2. It's a gold key, and it's a big one. It's a large one, so a wide comic. So it has to go into a golden age bag. But it is Doc Savage. It's hard to see, but Doc Savage. Gold key, baby. Love it. A little Doc Savage. Very cool. One of my favorite cartoons. One of my favorite cartoons right here. And this is Fantastic Voyage. The CMDF, Combined Miniature Defense Force. Dun, 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 dun. So these guys, I love this cartoon. This was like what, 68, 69, somewhere in that. I think it was 69. Could have been 68 though. And they had one of the coolest spaceships in this TV series. And I did not know till only a couple of years ago they actually made a model of it. How cool is that? I'm on the fence. I'm still on the fence as to whether I want to open this up and build this, because it's just so cool. The Voyager from Fantastic Voyage. So, I mean, it's just very cool stuff. Very cool. Oh. So, Fantastic Voyage, CMDF. What else we got back here? Well, we got some more. We got I just had it together. This is the second issue of Fantastic Voyage. I think there was only 2. So this is the second issue of the Fantastic Voyage. So 1969. And here we go. This is a first issue Gold Key. Western. It was a Western series. Judge Colt. It's brand new. Only had 4 issues. The series only had 4 issues. So, and I actually have all 4 of them now. Then one of my favorite TV shows. I just want to make sure I put the right one in. There we go. Okay. One of my favorite TV shows that Gold Key put out a book on, and that is Time Tunnel. There's Time Tunnel number 1. I used to love Time Tunnel. I never saw it. I don't believe I saw it first run. I believe I remember seeing it in the early 70s once we got cable, so it would be after 72, after school. It used to be on. So there's number 1. And here is number 2. They only had 2 issues, so I just kept them together. Time Tunnel. I have it on DVD. It's just a lot of fun. It was kind of historical and a little bit of like Lost in Space kind of thrown in there, with the technology and stuff. Here's a movie I remember seeing a long time ago. Ray Milland starred in the man with the X-ray eyes. This is only issue of that. And here we go with, this is number 1, 1965, Gold Key, The Fantastic Voyages of Sinbad. Nice, cool. I mean, we've talked about it many times. Shannon and us have talked about the covers that were painted for Gold Key books and stuff like that. And was it George Wilson? That book is still coming out, hopefully on time. Let's see what else we got here. Let's show some more over here. Here we go. We got some back to some Marvel. We got Marvel Triple Action number 1, a 25-cent square bound. They're our favorites. So this is the first issue of that run, which started out reprinting the Fantastic Four stuff and then switched over to reprinting early Avengers. So, but the first 10 issues of this, I believe, first 10 issues, might be first 9, but I think it's the first 10 issues, had newly drawn, covers. They didn't just reprint the covers too with color changes. They actually did new covers to them, and that was why I think I've got those first 10, but I haven't gone past that because I just like those new covers. It was pretty cool. It's a DC first sensational issue. Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter. So, and here's Kull the Conqueror. number 1. And here's a DC Digest, DC Special Blue Ribbon Digest. This is number 1. Although, if I remember correctly, I think there's actually 3 that come before this. And I think there's 3. They're the 3 Jonah Hex. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of the other one. But this one says number 1 on the cover. And it's Legion of Superhero Digest. Come on. There we go. And this one I picked up not too long ago, around Christmas, just after Christmas time. It's a Dell comic. The first issue of Nucla. Dell's venture into superhero comics, along with the Fabulous Four, the Fab Four. Here we go with some more square-bound books from Marvel. Here's a king-size annual, number 1 of the Eternals. I don't have a whole lot of Eternals. I have a couple of the single issues from the first run. I think one of them was where they face off with like a robotic Hulk or something like that. So, and then I love this cover. I think, it's Barry Smith, Barry Windsor Smith, 1973. It's a number 1. It's 35 cents, and it's Conan the Barbarian. Great cover. Just a really great cover. Another square bound. Was it 1973? Wow. All right. And let's see. We got a giant size Hulk, number 1, 1975. Looks like a Gil Kane cover there. We get 3 Gil Kanes and we put up the alarm. The appreciation alarm. Here we go with the wildest superhero ever, because he's real. Can you guess who it is? It's 30 cents. It's the Bronze Age. And it's the Human Fly. Number 1. I vaguely remember seeing this guy on the news and stuff like that. He would climb up the sides of buildings and stuff. It's just crazy. The Human Fly. And here's another giant size number 1, 1975, with giant size Power Man. Oh, Luke Cage. An annual collection of Luke Cage's greatest adventures. So there we go. Is that Gil Kane? I think that is Gil Kane. Oh, that's number 2. That's a number 2. So, and let's see. What is this one? Uh-oh. Here we go. It's number 1. Another Marvel Bronze Age. It's Son of Satan. And if that looks awful suspicious, it looks like I think it is Gil Kane. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Great ad for the Treasury editions. Marvel Treasury editions. Oh, man. Remember when you were a kid, if you're as old as me and you saw those, remember, oh, wow, I hope I get one of those, And man, that first one with Spider-Man, I know it wasn't the actual first one, I believe, but that was the first one I remember seeing. That red cover, that bright red cover with Spidey on the cover, that was just awesome. Look at this, we got the Marvel value stamp right there, baby. That means this book is whole, and that's Doc Strange. Deliver it to Damon. Oh, just great stuff, man. Just cool stuff. I want to see if there's a. Oh, what's this? Heroes in action. Rat-a-tat-tat. I mean, how cool is it to be a kid during this time? You know, we've talked me and my brother, my actual real blood brother, my brother Richard. We've talked many times about how lucky we were to grow up in the time that we grew up in. You know, it was just a lot of fun. TV shows, the music. Look at that. Hulk it for Halloween. You know, because the Saturday morning cartoons, you know, just great stuff. There's the Hulk and the Twins of Evil. Just great stuff. Just so much fun. All right. So I got to put that one back in the plastic. Here's another Atlas comic. Number 1. It's Morlock, 2001. Cool beans. I think this one had, was it 3? Yeah, it was. I think it was 3. It might have been 4. There's a Al Milgrom and Dick Giordano cover. So cool, fun stuff. And this is the only Roy Rogers comic book in my collection. It's a Dell comic book, 10 center, and I don't have information on it. Usually I'll write. Oh yeah, I do. It's in pencil, so I can barely see it. 1954. This is issue number 79 of Roy Rogers. Who's that down there? Rin Tin Tin? No. So, all right. So that's a good bundle. So why don't we stop there and see what's going on back here with the Peanut Gallery, because it looks like there's an awful lot of comments on here. So I'm going to try and kind of get through these as fast as I can. Not what we normally do, but in order to try and share more comics with you guys and everything and more stories. But let's see what's going on. There we go. There's the pause line in honor of Pauline and Cat Murdoch. And Dr. Von Chilla just posted a couple videos, short videos. One was with Pauline, which is awesome. She rules the roost. And then the other one was him wearing a cool t-shirt, Dr. Von Chiller merchandise type of thing. Cool beans. It's great to see him. Michael Taylor says, I think Oscar the Grouch or Cookie Monster was a different color originally. I thought he was always green. I thought I remember him as always being green. Maybe, but for some reason there's orange stuck in my head too, though. I can't remember. Oh, I should just keep my mouth shut. Michael Taylor says, I need a decent head. There you go. And Dale, hey Dale, how you doing, Dale Watts? Great to have you with us, sir. He says, good morning to all. Looking great. Well, thank you so much, Dale. Thank you for spending part of your Saturday here. Appreciate it, man. Always great to see you in the Peanut Gallery. And Maranya says, good morning to you, Dale. My Dale, the hubby, is relaxing after bringing home some good stuff from the food bank. There you go. Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy. I made, I don't know if I told you guys before. I think I did. I made I shouldn't digress, but I made yesterday over in England. There's something called beans and cheese, and I follow some guys called the Spud Brothers, and they work a food truck over there, and they eat beans and cheese. And what it is potato, and then on top of the potato they put grated cheese, different cheese type of cheeses, and then on top of that they put fresh cooked beans, and then they put some crushed onions on them and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh, those are all things that I like." And I'm a fussy eater. I'm a wicked fussy eater. I says, "But those are all things that I like mixed together." I says, "I got to try that." And I finally tried it, and I've just made it my fourth batch yesterday. And yesterday was the best one yet. Oh, it was so good. I really, really enjoyed that. Let me know if anybody else out there has tried cheese and beans. Tempest from Mars says, "I'm only an occasional guest on Geekly Weekly, Doc. We haven't followed." Oh, cool. Because I always enjoyed I enjoy Gray Man and a lot of the stuff he does, and it was just so cool to see you on there and put a face with the name. So it was. I was looking forward to it. It was a lot of fun, man. And if you haven't got a chance to check out Tempest from Mars channel and his videos, always has fun with his videos. I love it. So go over there if you haven't. Sub him up, check him out, and enjoy his content as well. So cool beans. Glad to hear that, Tempest. Werewolf by lunchtime. How you doing, Werewolf? Great to have you with us once again. He says, "Hey guys, my friend Mark is over watching the show, but only for a short while. Hope everyone is doing fine." Well, we're making it through another Saturday. So unfortunately, like I said, everybody has to put up with me again, just yakking my brains out, which shouldn't take me that long, really, when you come to think of it. But great to have you with us, Werewolf, and your friend Mark. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Hope your Saturday's going well. Michael Taylor says, "How are you, Werewolf?" Scotty says, "Thanks, Tempest from Mars. I forgot they existed. I wanted to get their Super Joes at one time. I think I bought these bodies from something factory. Hero Factory," he said. Not sure. Werewolf by lunchtime says, "All good, Michael. How are you?" And Werewolf says, "Got to split, guys. Short but sweet. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little while, man. Hope you come back and check us out again next week." Michael Taylor says, "Good. Thanks, Werewolf." Scotty says, "Sorry, DC Universe Collection." Yeah, no, I gotcha. Maranya says, "Michael, it was Oscar. He was orange for the first season." Oh, so I did. I wasn't imagining things. Went on vacation to Swamp Muddy, and came back to. Wow, you remember that, Maranya, or did you Google that? Because if you can remember that from what was it, 1969? Man, I want whatever you're eating or drinking that improves that memory, because I couldn't remember that. I did vaguely have an image of an orange Oscar, but so I was not totally out of the water there. So cool beans. That's awesome. Wow, man, that's incredible. Scotty says, "Yes, those are the ones I have." Wow, you put them back in the package when you're done playing with them? That's my problem, is I never take out any of my action figures. If I did, I don't know. I don't know why they're meant to be played with or whatever, or displayed. In our case, that's what we like to say. They're meant to be displayed, and stuff like that. But I just can't bring myself to do that, because once I do, I don't have anything to put them back in, because I would think you almost destroy the packaging when you're trying to get them out. I mean, there are some that I know you could, like the McFarlane stuff, you can open up and pull out the plastic and stuff and put them back in. But there's a lot of them that I can't. Stuff like this, the Shade, that kind of stuff. that I would be afraid to do that with, you know. Yeah, like the superpowers ones that McFarlane does and stuff like that. So I don't know. Miranda says, "Good to see you, Werewolf. Hope Rico is doing better and keeping you in line." Michael Taylor says, "Cool figure art." Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that, man. Tempest from Mars says, "Scotty, I've got a few of those Super Joes. Nice stuff." And Miranda says, "Fun fact, Oscar was originally supposed to be magenta in color, but it didn't look good in black and white, which was the standard for TVs then. Orange looked better, so they made Oscar orange in the beginning. I did not know that. Cool bean, dropping knowledge." Michael Taylor says those first appearance figures are well done. Yeah, they've got a lot of really nice ones. I know I have some other ones, and I can't see them because they're in the dark portion over there. But those two I know, Hawkman and the Green Lantern. I wish I could remember the other ones. I think I have at least one more, and I can't. Oh, what is that right there? Is that the Green Lantern one? Yeah, it's up there. The green. Yeah, here. Let me just grab it. There we go. Please do not fall down. There we go. First appearance, Green Lantern. There we go. Alan Scott, baby. I think I have another Alan Scott that I think comes with a ring. I don't know where I put it, but yeah, these were pretty doggone cool. It's got like a cloth cape, it looks like. So, I mean, that is very well done, Michael. You are correct. Absolutely, my friend. Cool beans. All right, you stay right there. Please do not fall. All right. Missing Mars, Double M says thumbs up this video, peeps. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Missing Mars. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. Scotty says, Tempest from Mars. I wonder if One Night Adventure Command Clone Head will fit. It's clear with painted gold metal plate. Ooh, yeah, you're into the weeds when it comes to this stuff. Now I am lost. That's cool. That is cool. The extent of the Migos for me was Hulk, Captain America, Aquaman, Spider-Man, and did I say Captain America? And a Batman. That was the other one. Batman with the removable cowl. That was cool. I always liked that. Always found it interesting that Batman wore those little pink gloves in the very beginning. Yes. Maranya says, 1/9 scale. Inch scale, Scotty? That is the scale for Mego 8-inch figures. So it might well work for that one. And Scotty says, Tempest from Mars says, Scotty, 1/9 is 8-inch, and I think they come with different connectors for different body parts as well. Michael Taylor says, okay, Maranya, that's what I thought. It was Oscar, not Cookie Monster. There we go. Crazy Hungarian says, thank you, sir. No, thank you, Joe. Thank you, man. You guys are your show is a great addition to Friday nights. That's just livening up Friday night lineup on YouTube. So that's definitely going to be appointment television for me. Appointment YouTubing for me. So you guys are cool. Always enjoy your stuff. And like I said, I look forward to having the chance to be on with you guys and hang out with you. So a lot of fun. Not just the stuff you guys show, but the conversations you guys were having and stuff. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So cool beans, man. Scotty says the clear one doesn't show the connector, but the fleshy does. Definitely the connector. Definitely need that connector. Tempest from Mars. Hope they just forgot to put the clear one in the picture. He says, 9x8 equals 72. I always thought 8-inch was 1/8 scale, but that would make them short. Michael Taylor says, the great Three Dog Night. There you go. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. That was big for me when that came out. We used to hear it every day on the radio. It seemed like every hour on the radio when we were camping up in Milton, New Hampshire. So, Scotty says, Solar Man was a cartoon. I thought it was the enemy of Superman in the 4th movie. Different one, though. Different one. That guy appropriated his name. Scotty says, who killed Santa Claus? Oh, no. Yeah. Poor Santa got taken out by St. Nick. They think it was the Easter Bunny, but they're not sure. They couldn't ever find, something a smoking gun, as it were, Michael Taylor says, speaking of Doom, next cover ranking show will be Doom covers on Engelteen's I Love Comics YouTube channel. Cool beans. They had another good one this week, and I didn't get a chance to see it yet. What was it? Oh, man, it was a Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew. I love the Wrecking Crew. They're one of my favorite villain teams, along with like Super Squadron or Squadron Supreme, or whatever they're called now or whatever. But I always liked the Wrecking Crew. In fact, they made some action figures on those, and I'm still trying to get those because I would love to get those. But they're kind of expensive as well now, even on eBay and stuff. So definitely check out Engelteen's I Love Comics channel. Not just for the cover rankings, but also he does auctions as well, night times and stuff like that, and always has really good books to auction off. So he's got the big dogs, which are really super cool books, and then he's got some other ones that are different price points, but definitely go and check them out on there. I know Mr. Breen, Eric Breen, the professor, he's our frequent guest on there, so definitely go and check him out. I know Jackson Roykirk is usually a guest on there. Speaking of Jackson, I hope all is well with him. I hope he gets his internet back. It was nice to see him jump in last week and surprise us. That was nice to see. Glad he stopped by. So cool beans, Michael. Thank you very much for that. Maranya says Nuclear Man was the villain in Superman 4, Scotty. There you go. Dropping more knowledge. Tempest from Mars. Isn't it pronounced Qbert, or is that something else? I always have to defer to Eric K, because him and Shannon and I had a conversation about how to say his name. So I always went with Qbert, not so much Qbert, because to me that would be a Q U, but Qbert I thought was what I always went with. So cool beans. There you go, Tempest. Brian says, is that Warlock a Gillikin cover? If so, please play the appreciate. Yeah, see how far behind I am. I am so far behind, guys. Graphic Man, hey Micah, how you doing, man? Micah had another great show last Wednesday night, I believe it was. Had a lot of the fossils on there. Great time. I caught bits and pieces of it in the background. I had it on. Great stuff as always, Micah. Great to have you with us, man. Hope all is going well. I Am One of Us says, what year was the super spectacular first issue with the Dead Santa? What year? Oh, that's a good question. I want to say it was like 74, but let's don't take my word for it, because my memory is not the greatest by any stretch. So, all right, stay put, please. Let's see if I can tell by the cover. It does not say, and I do not have the information written on the back. Why? Because I'm lazy. So we'll pull this puppy right out, and we'll get to the heart of this question right here. This is 1974, March and April. volume 15, number 110. So, my table of contents right there. So, Santa Claus. This is great because it's got like a JSA story in here, you know, just cool stuff. So, yeah, 1974. I am one of us. So, look at this. And this issue, the Red Tornado gets his new costume. This right here. Come on, open it up. This is where he got this costume right here. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. So there you go. Synchronicity at its best. So there you go. Whoa, don't lay that on there. Because if that tape ever stuck on that, okay. Whew, I would not be happy with that. So there we go. Michael saying hi to Micah. And Maranya said, Cubert was a cute little video game character. Yeah. Graphic Man says, oh, good. He quickly showed some Buscema. Maranya says, oh, hush, Micah. You know you love Eli Katz's artwork. Cubert says, Scotty taught me to cuss. Tempest from Mars says, my mistake, Maranya. He's laughing. And Michael Taylor says, Rod just pulls out a Silver Surfer #1, G-Man's favorite character. There we go. I didn't know that. G-Man, really? Graphic Man's favorite character? Is that true, Micah? That Silver Surfer is your favorite character? Cool beans. Michael Taylor says, fantastic Captain Marvel cover. Yeah, I really like that one because it really showcases the character, Captain Marvel. So I was really happy and thinking of this stuff. That's why I used the for the thumbnail for this notification was Captain Marvel TV show with an appearance by Isis on it. So synchronicity, I'm telling you. Graphic Man says, join us, Rod. The Golden Age beckons you. I would love to. I would love to get into it. I only have like 2 or 3 Golden Age books. That one, I have a Golden Age of Ghost Rider from, what is it, something ME, something Enterprises. I can't remember what the magazine Enterprises or something like that. And there's another one that I got, and I can't think. I think it's a Western. But that's really it. There's just still so many Bronze Age and Silver Age that I'd love to fill in my collections on and get those stories. So maybe someday. Scotty says, what is the earliest appearance of Carson of Venus in comics? And do you have it? No, I do not. I can't recall even hearing of Carson of Venus in comics. So if that's the case, nope, I don't have it. That's for sure. Tempest from Mars says you might want to keep hold of that Simpsons comic talk. Why, is it worth something? I enjoyed the Simpsons like the first 3-4 seasons, and then after that I just stopped watching it. It fell off my TV radar, not that I like hate him or anything like that. And every once in a while my son would point out a cool episode that I would have to try to find and watch, like when Bret Hart was on it, and a couple other weird ones like that. But that's the extent of my Simpsons knowledge. Scotty says, tender cootie story. Yuck. Michael Taylor says the Simpsons were originally on the Tracy Ullman show. They would be shown towards the break. I vaguely remember the Tracy Ullman show once in a while. That was on Fox, right? I believe it was. Yeah. Yeah, that was on Fox too. Yeah. Branya says, those Simpson comics might be worth something due to low print runs. Plus, being a kid's book, a lot got beaten up and tossed out. Huh. Well, I don't know. I just just one of those things that's like, well, okay, I have it, but it's not like I went out and sought to get it and stuff. So Scotty says, number one of Target. Do you have number one of Walmart? No, I haven't yet to get that one. They want too much money from off of eBay, you know. Mike Taylor says they changed the look of that shadow. I think after the second or third issue. Yeah, you are correct, Michael. And Ranger Sly says the best part of Kid Cody and Atlas's Western Action number one is that he was drawn by the great Doug Wildey. Now, I'm not familiar with Doug Wildey. So, Ranger, if you can drop some more knowledge on me and let me know what Doug Wildey is primarily known for, because I don't recognize that name. So but I'm always willing to learn. Mike Taylor says, poor choice on that shadow book. Look, should have left it alone, of course. Yeah. They were trying to fit into the superhero model, I think. Michael Taylor says, very cool, fantastic voyage. Yeah, I always loved that cartoon. That came out the same cartoon season as Journey to the Center of the Earth, you know, with Arnie Sacknessum. Scotty says, I remember a Fantastic Voyage cartoon, I think. They did shrink and find someone or something in a grassy backyard and got attacked by ants. Yeah, it was the cartoon. That's from the cartoon. Yeah, and the model I showed you, that's from the cartoon as well. So it was licensed for the cartoon property. So I mean, come on, that's cool. The Voyager with Bixby or Bilby, whatever is Bobley. So, put these up there. Oh, I'm so afraid that it's going to collapse on me. So I'm going to put you right here. So, all right, let's see. Scotty says, build it. And Lead Paint, hey, Lead Paint, how you doing, Greg? Good morning, he says, and good morning to you, my friend. Hope your Saturday is going well. Just hanging out here showing comics that have to do with number one. So Scotty says, it may disappoint, though. I built the Enterprise C from that 2-part TNG Next Generation episode. I was sort of disappointed in the final build. I remember having the original Star Trek model, like 1968. I think it was 68. I got it for Christmas. And I had it for a long time hanging from in my bedroom at the old house. And it was just cool. It was Star Trek. Man, it's cool. The Enterprise. Scotty says Time Tunnel was a ripoff of Sliders. I think it might have been just a little before Sliders. Yay, Curious Joe Studios. Hey, how you doing, Curious Joe? Great to have you with us here on this Saturday. Thank you for taking time to spend with us. Appreciate it, my friend. Fantastic Voyage. Great movie. Raquel Welch. Goodness. Yeah. I remember that was, what was it, 70? Was it 72? 74? 72? Something like that. That movie. I remember that. So that might have even been before, because that might have been what the cartoon was based on, now that I think of it. So, or kind of based on the CMDF, Combined Miniature Defense Force. Great to have you with us, Curious Joe. Thank you for spending the time with us. And Michael Taylor says, very cool Time Tunnel. Great show. Alan was ahead of his time. Yeah, he did so many great shows during the 60s, man. That was my childhood, and that helped shape my imagination. I was very imaginative as a kid, and all that sci-fi stuff was just incredible. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Land of the Giants, Lost in Space, Star Trek. The Invaders, although I couldn't stay up to watch The Invaders. It was on at like 10 o'clock at night, and I couldn't stay up. But every once in a while, I would sneak. So great stuff, Michael. Yeah. Tempest from Mars says, ooh, I've been after the Man with X-Ray Eyes comic. Very nice. Oh, cool beans. Yeah. Every once in a while, I see him on eBay. every once in a while. So Scotty says the Thing must be D. Snyder's favorite superhero. D. Snyder would sing about him, I wanna rock. Hey, Sleepy Rita, how you doing, Damien? Great to have you with us, my friend. He says, hello, hello, give it a big wave. Nutty nostalgia people. Absolutely, that's us. That's us right down to the ground. Great to have you with us, Damien. Hope everything's going well on your side of the states here. Comics Embrace. Hey, how you doing, CE? Great to have you with us as well. He says, hello, good people. All right, big wave. There we go. Cool beans, cool beans. All right. Michael Taylor says, gotta love the Dells and Gold Keys. I mean, what's not to love? What's not to love? I don't have nearly as many of those in my collection as I'd like, or as I do, obviously, the Marvel and DCs, because Marvel and DC is primarily what I grew up on. Didn't get the chance to see Gold Keys much, or Charlton's much, or Dells, I think, were gone before that because Dells went to the Gold Key thing. So I didn't even know about Dells for a long time. Scotty says, you don't need a lot of Eternals. One would last you forever. Very good point. Very good point, Scotty. See, he's laughing about that. She's laughing. Everybody's laughing. Sleepy Rita's laughing as well. And CE says, yes. Michael says, hey to Damien. And Damien says, Michael, good morning. And Scotty says, Metarog, where are you? There's the human fly. That's right. That's right. And I'm so bummed that I missed out on Metarog's contest there, too. I think it was, who was it? Jackson Roykirk. Oh, he said somebody won it and helped and gifted some to him. But Jackson Roykirk got to pick some of the prize winnings from Metarog's contest. So very cool, and congratulations to him, and congratulations to Metarog on having such a great contest, man. That's awesome. I'm one of us says, I like the human fly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like it says, it was a real person. Curious Joe says, love the painted covers. Great illustrators. Absolutely. Gold Key really always had great covers. We've talked about it many times, and it's never been an answer. But maybe in this upcoming book, they might have the answer for us as to if any of those paintings survived or what happened to those paintings. Did they just, get thrown out when Gold Key went under or whatever? What happened to them? Because can you imagine having some of those paintings? All I picture is like Night Gallery. Remember the Rod Serling show, Night Gallery? That's what I picture, having those Gold Key cover paintings hanging from the ceiling in a dark gallery with spotlights on them, and Rod Serling walking through saying, this one here was Dr. Solar, man of the atom. Mike Taylor says, Rod, the Kane signal is in the sky. Yes, sir. We had the Kane's appreciation sign. Sleepy Rita says, Gil Kane is forever in our brain. Gil Kane in the membrane. I can't do it justice for Higgy. Higgy does it the best. Scotty says, I love ads. I just wish I had abs instead. Yeah, well, I'm right there with you, Scotty. Maranya says, good morning to Curious Joe, Damien, and Millie, and Comics Embraced. And Sleepy Rita says, treasury editions were true treasures, rather. Yes, they were, man. Those first, for me, it was like the first three. What was it? They had Spidey. They had Fantastic Four. What was the third one? Wasn't that Thor? And of course the Hulk, the first Hulk one. Those were the ones that stand out in my mind. But that first one, that Spider-Man cover, man. Wow, when I see that, it always takes me right back to I'm a kid at the grocery store, the IGA Food Liner grocery store in Somersworth, New Hampshire, and that's where I would spend my time while my folks were grocery shopping. I'd be standing there reading comics at the magazine rack and stuff. So, oh man, wonderful memories. He says, Marano, hey, with the little kitty. Michael Taylor says, yeah, at the supermarket checkout. Right, Rod? Yeah. TV Guides, supermarket checkout, baby. That was my job. That was my one and only job. Scotty says, yeah, y'all had Major Matt Mason. Yes. And the Outer Spacemen, we had Micronauts, which feels related. I remember Micronauts. I didn't have any. I kind of wished I'd have picked up like a Baron Karza or what was the red and white guy with the big helmet and stuff? That character. I like that character too. But yeah, Major Matt Mason was a big player in my childhood. Major Matt Mason, G.I. Joes, the Zeroids, and what was the other one? How can I forget Captain Action? You know, how can I forget? I can't forget Captain Action, baby. So, hey, the Jackson Roykirk, how you doing? Hold on, I gotta do this right again. Hello. Oh, Jackson, great to have you with us once again, man. Hope everything's going well. Hope your internet is getting fixed or soon will be fixed for you. So great to see you in the peanut gallery once again. Cool beans. All right. Michael Taylor says, cool Ben Cooper ad. Very big part of my childhood. Yeah, Ben Cooper. Who didn't have a Ben Cooper costume in some way, shape, or form? I remember a Frankenstein one, I think it was. I remember getting as a kid. And that was my costume. I have a Ben Cooper Secret Squirrel costume and mask hanging right over there. So right next to my Peacemaker, Charlton Peacemaker costume. It wasn't put out by Charlton, so it was one of the ones that just came out this past Halloween season. So very cool indeed, Michael. Yes, sir. And Michael saying hi to Jackson. Sleepy Rita says, Jackson! Scotty says, there's a V Migo head that I need for a red. I just need a red suit for. There you go. And Maranya says, hello to you, Jackson. And Michael Taylor says, terrific books, Rod. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. Still got some more to show here. We're looking at noontime, so I'm hoping I can sneak in a little more here before we go. But I don't want to hold up Rob's either. So, or anybody that wants to get over there and get a front row seat so they can get a good shot at picking up some of those books from the auction. Maranya says, I've got ground venison, red onions, and potatoes in the slow cooker with some burrito seasoning and Korean barbecue seasoning. Cool. Wow. Holy mac. See, onions, potatoes, I'm good. I'm good with those. Meat, I'm not so much. I don't eat meat, not because of any kind of religious belief or don't shoot Bambi or anything like that. I never liked the taste of meat, fish, poultry as a kid. I was a fussy eater, still am to a great degree. You know, if it doesn't have Pizza in the spelling of the food, chances are it's probably not on my best list. Scotty says, I used to love beans and rice. I used to eat black-eyed peas with pimento cheese. I tend to avoid cheese these days. I understand, because it seems like not so much the cheese that's bothering me, but more anything to do with tomatoes. I think it's the acid in the tomatoes kind of sets off my spleen, I think it is. You would think it would be like the gallbladder, but the spleen is the one on the left side, and that always seems to act up after I eat like certain pizzas or certain spaghetti sauces or marinara sauce is usually pretty good. It doesn't really bother it. I don't know what the difference is, but so there we go. I digress. The Jackson Roykirk says beans and cheese. Yuck. Now cheese and beans. You're right. I've been saying it wrong. You are absolutely right. It's cheese and beans. Yeah, I see. It's not. He's chuckling over there. And Maranya says, my Google foo is strong today, despite me nicking my right index finger with my cleaver earlier. Ow! Oh, so somewhere in your ground venison, red onions, and potatoes, there's a piece of you in there more than you would think. Scotty says, I'm a player, not a displayer. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I wish I could bring myself to do that, but it would take me a year to probably open all these things up. I mean, there's just, but they're just some pretty cool action figures. I wish they made these when I was a kid. I really do, because man, they would be awesome. I would have had some even greater memories than I've already got. Scotty says plastic shoe boxes. Then you can sort them by teams too. There you go. I never thought of that, but that's a good idea. The Jackson Roykirk says chasing after Breen again. Hey, Maranya? And Maranya says no. See above what I'm cooking, Jackson. The Jackson Roykirk says, oh dear. Scotty says, oh, leave the DC Direct figures in the box. Trust me, they are brittle and break. Really? Ooh, we don't. Yeah, I've got a lot of the old DC Direct ones. Let's see, there's the Golden Age Flash. This is one that I like, though. I mean, I like them all. What are you talking about? Like, make it sound like I don't like any of them except for maybe this one. But and this is just cool. This is the history of the DC universe. But this is Captain Adam's second costume, second uniform. This is I love this one. It's just cool. So I'll have to put that back up there. But I got that one. I got Blue Beetle. I got the Question. I got Peacemaker. I need a Judo Master. Well, I got a Judo Master of the small ones up there with Peacemaker, Judo Master, and I believe Vigilante. The Chase Vigilante there. So, but so very, very cool stuff. Oh man, you get me talking action figures. I'll never get to my comics again. I'm surprised that you don't have the Flash first appearance figure. That might be the other one. Because I'm looking. I mean, I have this one here of Jay Garrick, Justice Society, but this is like the DC Direct ones. So, but I just can't think of which one it is. So I don't want to say for sure that it's Jay, but it could very well be, Michael. It could very well be. He says, yeah, very cool lantern figure, Rod. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you there very much. I'm just fascinated. To me, it was a fascination with, number one, all those action figures that I had as a kid, G.I. Joes and all that stuff, but also a 3D thing of comic heroes. You know, I never thought I'd ever see a Peacemaker action figure ever in my life. You know, never thought I'd ever see a Vigilante little action figure. You know, I mean, it's just so cool to me. You know, Metamorpho, the Metal Man. You know, hold on a second. The Web from Archie's, Crusaders. You know, who'd have thunk you'd ever see these things? You know, so that also factors into my enjoyment of these characters, these action figures, these toys. So absolutely, man. He says, Scotty says, I think I cried when I found out my Green Lantern Salak with broke off arms. They were so thin, but that plastic was too brittle. Oh, that's too bad, man. Were you able to repair it? Michael Taylor says, I had the Mego removable cowl doll in the 70s. That's what we called them back then. Yeah, you're exactly right. They were called dolls. Yeah. And then I guess, I don't know whether we got too masculine or something. I don't know. We changed the name to action figures. And that's just the way it goes, I guess. So, but you are absolutely right. They were called dolls back then. The Jackson Roarkirk says, my friend took that Batman cowl and put it on the Migos Spock. Scotty says, I love switching their outfits. Super Spock, Spider Iron Man. Michael Taylor says, Wrecking Crew was last night. Was it last night? I saw the notification for that, and that was cool. So I want to go and watch that that episode too, because I love the Wrecking Crew. They were just always a fun thing. Their appearances in Defenders and stuff like that. Oh, it's just great. Did I skip somebody? Mike does. No? Okay. Yeah. The Jackson Worker says, still on the phone. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackson. Is it just is it something physical out on the plant that is causing the internet problems? Like, was there a storm or something that caused it? Some damage to the infrastructure for the internet? So I'm just curious. I feel so bad for you trying to. If I had to watch it on my phone, that would drive me crazy because I can't see as it is, and I've got a big wide screen up here, and I still have to get up on it here to read. So I feel for you, Jackson. Scotty says, how do you type with that rotary dial, the Jackson Roarkirk? I got my red phone back there, my hotline, my bat phone. It's a old rotary style phone. Michael Taylor says, hopefully you and Hans will be in cover rankings chat more often, if possible. I'd love to do that. It's just most of the time, I'm usually asleep by the time they start, so I have to catch it on the rewind. I made a special thing when they told me, when Eric told me they were going to do the Hulk, because Hulk's my man, so I had to go there for that. But there's been a few. I just wish I could have stayed up. I would have liked to have done that one last night, but I didn't think it was last night. I thought I'd seen it before then, but then again, there's my memory. So 12:04. Let's see. Did I skip you? No, I didn't. Okay. But thank you for that, Michael. Appreciate that. Kind words. The Jackson Roarkirk says, it's not easy. It keeps my head spinning. Scotty says, when I was a kid, I had a JLOA, Justice League of America cover with Red Tornado in red and purple and the team dead around him, looking very Magneto. Yes, yes, yes. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And Maranya says she's dropped down the pause line. Cool beans. Last week, I can't remember if it was Michael, if it was you, Michael Taylor, that I was talking with, or somebody spotted this back there. And I briefly told you the story about this. Well, I remembered it this morning. So I'm going to just show this right now. If I could get it out of my little pockets right here. I told you about the little gumball that the gum. So there it is. The actual piece of Justice League of America bubblegum with tattoo. It is still all together. It is still hasn't been opened at all. And I keep it in this little bubble case full of cotton so that it doesn't roll around or anything. And I can hold it up to the light, or hold it up to the camera rather. Come on. There we go. But there we go. Let's see if I can. This has not been out of its container since I got it. So there we go. That's one side of it with Wonder Woman. And then I believe Superman is right there. And on this side, it's Batman. And that's just the Justice League logo. So So there you go. All the way from like 1970. So, but I've shown it a couple of times, but it hasn't been out of this in a long time. So there we go. Piece of bubblegum, Justice League of America bubblegum, all the way from 1970. So there we go. Let's see. What was I? Oh, I was getting ready to show some more comics. All right. So let's go here. We got this is the one and only Sea Hunt comic that I have in my collection. Little Lloyd Bridges. I don't want to mess with that. All right, I put it right back here. This is the one and only spooky comic that I have in my collection from Harvey Comics. This is number 29. I was never a big Harvey collector. I enjoyed the characters because I enjoyed the Casper the cartoon show, and you know that so I grew up on that, so I enjoyed the characters, but I just, for some reason, it never translated to comics for me. Here we go with a Dell comic, and I don't know what number this is. It does not say. I don't have it written down, but it's 1961 Dell. How is that possible? Unless it's an extra size one. Because it says it's 15 cents, but yet on the back it says 1961. It doesn't sound right. Something doesn't sound right. Anyway, this is trade for super values at Dell Trading Post. See inside. It's a comic album featuring Popeye. I think this is the only Popeye comic I have in my collection. And here we go with another only. This is a gold key from 1966. It's number, I believe it. This is number, what does that say? 37? 37? Was it that high? I don't know. But it's Hanna-Barbera's The Flintstones. And like I said, I don't have a lot of these type of cartoon books in my collection. For some reason, it just never translated well into the comics for me. I say it many times, I was a superhero guy, you know, so there was something over there I wanted to say. Anyway, all right, so here we go. We got some more number ones. Here is Jonah Hex, number 1 from the Bronze Age. I just got this one fairly recently. Jonah Hex. I'm trying to fill that in. I got a long ways to go. But it's a lot of fun, and these stories are really, really good. Really entertaining. And the same character in another number 1. What? Say it ain't so, but it is. It's Jonah Hex in Hex, number 1, when he gets taken to the future. Gunslinger in space, the galaxy gunfighter. Dun dun dun. All right. Now we're gonna get into some heavy hitters. How's that? How's that sound? Here we go. We're going to start off with a little trip to Asgard. And this is number 1 of special Marvel editions, which had some Thor in there. It's a 25-cent square bound. a thickie, as Higgy calls him. So that was number one. I think Thor was in the first 4 issues, I believe, and then it switched over to a regular size book featuring reprints of Sergeant Fury, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's how it went. If I'm wrong, please point out the truth. Here we go. This is the first Journey into Mystery King Size Annual, number 1, 1965. With Thor versus Hercules. Other square bound, 72 big pages. Love it. Radioactive Man down here. Another one of my favorite villains, Marvel villains. So reprinting a bunch of Thor Journey into Mystery stories. So, and here is King Size Special. This is number 2, 1966. But the reason it's a number 1 is because this is no longer called Journey into Mystery. This is the first King Size Special under the Mighty Thor banner. So even though it says number 2, it still technically qualifies as a number 1. More pages, more thrills. And then we've got the Mighty Thor starring in Tales of Asgard, number 1, a one-shot deal. Another square-bound 25 center. Love it. Love them, love them. Very cool indeed. Here we go with Journey into Mystery, number 114. It's the first appearance of, I believe it's the first appearance, and the origin of the Absorbing Man, which is my favorite Marvel villain. Cool beans. And of course, I can't show all those without showing the big one, and that is Journey into Mystery, number 83, the first appearance of Thor. So I was very, very blessed and very lucky to have the opportunity to get this book way back, and greatly appreciate it. So, all right. Then we got going from Asgard to the Old West. We got number 1 of Batlash. This is one you don't hear about too often. Old Batlash. All right. We got some more here. Let's see. We got some more Gold Key. We got the first issue of The Mighty Samson. And the first issue of The Twilight Zone. Whoops. And we mentioned this one earlier. This is a Dell comic. It's a first appearance of superheroes, the Fab Four. I think this only went for 4 issues as well, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think they're extremely, expensive to pick up if you're interested in these oddball characters like me and my brother Shannon. And we go, the Adventures into the Unknown, number 154. It is the first appearance of Nemesis, one of ACG's 2 costume superheroes, but of 3 technical superheroes that they had. There was Nemesis, there was Magic Man, and then there's the third one, which was John Force Magic Agent, which only went for 3 issues. But a lot of people don't either know about him or don't mention him or whatnot for some reason. So this one here is one of those ones that it's not a number 1, but it's the only one of its kind that I have in my collection. But I'd like to change that and have it be one of many that I get. For those of you who grew up like I did, or the time that I did, Captain Kangaroo, right? I need all. That's all I need to say. Captain Kangaroo. Well, Captain Kangaroo used to have a cartoon on there, and it was Tom Terrific and his mighty dog Manfred. And this is Tom Terrific. CBS Television presents Tom Terrific. I did not even know these existed until a couple years ago. And I remember Tom Terrific. And so I just had to get one just to have one in my collection because it was so nostalgic for me. So that is just awesome. Then we're back to some Skywall number 1s. We have, let's see here. We've got Wild West Action number 1 featuring the Bravados. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry for the glare. Trying my best to angle it so it doesn't. And the Bravados then moved on after I think there was 3 issues of the Wild Western Action. They moved on to their own series, the Bravados number 1. Very cool. And then we've got Guns of Death. This is the Sundance Kid number 1. So there we go with some oddball ones there. And let's see, I got just one more little stack here. Well, a little, I don't know. We got 10 minutes, so let's see if I can make my way through this. So, let's see. Let's see. Okay, just trying to put these in some semblance of order that will make sense. So, all right, there we go. And we're going to start off with another Bronze Age title, Squarebound, 50 center, 4-star spectacular. Reprinting stories from DC's past. I'm sure Eric K has this one. And for Brother Shannon, there we go. It's so nice, I got it twice. And we got the Atom number 1 when he started in his own first started in his own series after coming out of the Showcase comic series. I was going to pull the Showcase, but it was blocked in back there, so I didn't get a chance to pull out the Showcase. Otherwise, I would have had a whole bunch more books to show with the Metal Man and Buona Beast and the Spectre and all kinds of other heroes and whatnot. So, but this is pretty cool. Atom number 1. I love the Atom character. Very cool. Brave and the Bold, number 50. Well, if it's number 50, how can it be a number 1? Well, I will explain. This is the first of the team-ups. With number 50, they started doing the team-ups. So this is their very first team-up. It was the Green Arrow and Martian Manhunter. The Manhunter from Mars, John Jones. So it was very, very cool indeed. So, and continuing with first appearances, this is Brave and the Bold, number 34. And this is Higgy. This is for you, brother. Hawkman, the first appearance of Hawkman in Brave and the Bold, number 34. Love that Kubert, man. It's just so cool. That's before he got the wings on the helmet. Before he graduated, whatever it was, the Thanagarian Police Academy or whatever. And then once he did graduate, well, this is not the right one. This is number 3. I thought I pulled number 2, but number 1, but I pulled number 3. I'll show it anyway because it looks like a number 1, but it's actually a number 3. So I apologize. My eyes are not what they should be or used to be. Ugh. All right, then we shift gears back to Marvel to finish up this run, and then you won't have to listen to me yak no more. Maybe a little more. Here we go. I remember getting this. I think it was 75. And I remember buying this in Canada. And this is the one I bought. No, I didn't buy it in Canada. I bought it on the way to Canada because I was reading it in Canada. We used to go up and visit my Uncle Graydon and my Aunt Bee. They ran a dairy farm up in Avondale in New Brunswick, I believe. I hope if anybody's in Canada, I hope. Ranger, I don't know if you might know it. It's a little town called Avondale. It's over towards Brunswick, New Brunswick area and stuff like that in Avondale. And they had a dairy farm, and we used to go up there for a week every summer. And I remember reading this one. This is a giant size Avengers number 1. And this is my off the rack. So this baby has been with me through thick and thin. All right. And another number 1, king size special of the Avengers. Not a single reprint. This is all new, baby. Look at this bag. Oh, yeah. 25-cent, square bound. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. Always loved the Avengers. Crazy Hungarian Joe. Last night, I think it was last night I saw him. He got a poster of this. So I just wanted to show this one in honor of Joe and his show last night because he had a really super cool poster. I'd love to get a poster like that. But here it is. He had a poster of this book right here. Number 1, Daredevil. So that's in honor of Crazy Hungarian. So very cool. And along with that Daredevil comes this one here. This is all new. Not a single reprint as well. King size special, number 1. 25-cent square bound. Piece of beauty right there. Wonderful stuff, man. That's those square bounds. They were so cool when I was a kid. They're cool now, but they were when I was a kid and you get a square bound one for $0.25. It's like, whoa, wow. That is just look at the size. Look at the size of that book in your hand as a kid. It was like you were holding an encyclopedia or something, It was just cool. All right. Now this one here, I've got to provide transparency here. So this right here, you heard me say about the Avengers and whatnot. Well, here you go. Avengers number 1. But here's the thing, the transparency. This is a reprint cover that I bought off of eBay. Somebody who actually makes reprint exact reprint covers, so it's not, doesn't have like a barcode or anything like that. Um, but it's just the cover on that, but the cover inside the covers is the actual coverless Avengers #1. So I had to get a cover for it. So I said, well, let's get a brand new cover for it and put it in there. So yes, it's Avengers #1. It's just the cover is only been, is new, but the book itself inside it was coverless, and it is the actual vintage Avengers #1. So that's just that's just so cool, because I'll never be able to afford a covered vintage one. So there we go. And to round this up, where are we at? Oh, it's almost 12:30. So round this up. This is the strangest superheroes of all, the X-Men #1. And if you guys like the this this type of a theme show type of thing, you're interested in seeing more, let me know. Drop something in the comments down there. Just let me know what you think, or if you don't like it, and say, "What are you doing? Don't do that again." I'll turn the channel. Let me know. Let me know if there's something you'd like me and Shannon to show, or a theme that you'd like us to do. Let us know, because we're always open to ideas, and we want to make it as enjoyable for you guys as it is for us. So cool beans. All right, there we go. Let's go back to the chat real quick, so everybody can get over to Triple C's auction. I gotta remember now to not call them claim sales. Auction. So here we go. We got Michael Taylor says, not Micah, Rod. Not Micah. When you mentioned G-Man, is that was that Rob, the G-Man, the comic book G-Man? Is that who you were referring to, Michael? The other G-Man that's in the chat. Oh, okay. I didn't see another G-Man in there. Usually it's the comic G-Spot G-Man Rob. So I'm sorry if I missed him somewhere. Scotty says Carson of Venus was in the DC Tarzan comics as a backup story with Tarzan's son also. Yeah, again, I don't have too many Tarzan books. The majority of the Tarzans that I have are the 4 issues from Charlton that they got in trouble for printing Tarzan. They didn't have the license for it. And the other ones are Tarzan 100-page super spectaculars that were gifted to me by my brother and partner in crime, Shannon, as part of the my quest to get all the 100-page super spectaculars. So he gave me, like, I think I want to say it was like either 4 or 5 of them. So I have not. I was not aware of that. And that's my extent of Tarzan in my collection right there. So. Michael Taylor says, I forgot his real name. I think it was Rob. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's Rob. The comic book G-Spot G-Man Rob. Yeah. And Scotty says, and Warlord of Mars, like those bigger Tarzan comics with 5 stories. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. Wow. The Jackson Worker says the first 15 seasons of Simpsons were great. I only made it to the 4th or maybe the 5th season, and then for some reason it fell off my radar, and I don't know if something else was coming on there, and I started watching that, but for some reason it fell off my viewing radar. So Eric Breen says, Jackson, hello, my end friend. And Scotty says, I replied to an IG post, remember the name of the family in Married with Children that I never saw more than 1 episode, and one person replied to me, kill yourself? Are people crazy online? Why would somebody ask that and then say kill you. Matt, I don't get it. I don't get it. You just gotta, try to make your way past the trolls or whatever. I don't get people sometimes. V. Jackson Rourke says Doug Wildey did the character designs for Johnny Quest. Oh, okay. All right. I did not know that. Cool beans. Thank you for that, Jackson. Appreciate that. All right. Now it puts it into context for me. What Ranger Sly was saying. V. Jackson Rourke says, Breen, how the heck are you, and friend? Scotty says 1968. They had plastic in 68. Or was it a wooden model of the Star Trek Enterprise? No, it was plastic. It was plastic. Yeah, it was a block of wood. Just came as a block of wood. You had to whittle it yourself. Maranya says, good morning to you, Lead Paint. Yes, sir. Greg, how you doing? And Maranya, Charlie horse. Whoa. Ouch. All right. Ow. Let's see. Maranya says they had plastic models of the Enterprise, Scotty. My brother built that one in 1976. Yes. Scotty says we had a show like Fantastic Voyage on Saturday morning, a live action show called, Dr. Shrinker. Yeah. Dr. Shrinker, I think, early to mid 70s. Yeah, I remember that. It was part of a rotating thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, they had Bigfoot and Wild Boy and Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was all part of that, like Croft's Super Show or something like that. Scotty says, I still want the Mego Star Trek Bridge playset carry case for the 8-inch Megas. I played with it when my best friend brought it to the nursery for us to play. For just us to play. It was so much fun. Oh, okay. It probably costs a pretty penny nowadays. So, B. Jackson Rourke says you need a 0G environment to get those Enterprise models to stay up. And Mariah says, don't know how my brother did it, but his nacelles, I don't know how to pronounce that word. So on the Enterprise, stay up, and he hung it from the ceiling for a while. That's what I did with mine. Mine was hanging from the ceiling for a while. Scotty says, I'd like to imagine somewhere where there's a buried temple full of the Charlton art and the Battlestar Galactica ship models used for the show, etc., and the Ark. The Jackson Rourke says, I had problems with models, both plastic and females. Oh, there you go. There you go. And Mariah says, that's way, way too much info there, Jackson. And he's got a good laugh out of it. And so do we. Eric Breen says, at least the plastic ones didn't file restraining orders against you, Jackson. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Iggy Pop says, hey to Sleepy. And Michael Taylor says, Damien, especially those famous first editions, always like the double cover effect. Yep. That was cool that they would put in the cover without the stock cardboard type, stock card or whatever, however you say that. But yeah, I agree with you there. But then I've heard stories about people taking like the Action Comic ones and ripping off the stock cover and then trying to sell it to somebody for a lot of money. And it's just like, well, whoever would be considering buying that for a lot of money, you got to know, hey, it's a little bit bigger than what Action Comics really was at the time. I don't know. Scotty says, did anyone ever talk to your school guidance counselor about TV? She told me that wasn't the type of guide she was. There you go. Well said. And Higgy Pop says, Captain Action. Yeah, baby. Captain Action. Captain Action. Absolutely. Captain Action, baby. The Jackson Rourke says, that you know of, Eric. Eric Breen says, not sure I want to. Scotty says, after 2020, I don't want to wear masks ever again. Longest Halloween ever. Oh, no. Wow, I am the opposite when it comes to meat. I would eat more salads if they made them out of just meat. And there's nothing wrong with that. To each his own. Just for me, I've never been one for meat, poultry, or fish. Uh, I like vegetables, but I'm not really fond of a lot of them. Corn, potatoes, onions, peppers, radishes. I can stomach, and lettuce sometimes in a salad. That's about it. And I ain't too fond of salads. I've heard they're good for you. I'm out. Mike Taylor says, "Yikes, Maranya, be careful." Maranya says, "I am. It was just a tiny cut. Thanks, Michael and Rod. Well, hopefully you got to be careful with them cleavers." Oh, there we go. Scotty says, "I'll be careful. I'd be careful on what you open. Some of the McFarlane figures of the 90s I've seen in package are in pieces." Oh, wow. No, there's very few that I've opened. Some have opened themselves. I came down one day and found my animated Batman the Animated Series Man Bat on the floor, and the bubble packaging had become so brittle that it had cracked open. So I got it over there. It's no longer hanging up, but the figure was still intact. Thank goodness. Marina says, "I'm looking forward to St. Patrick's Day myself, Scotty. Slow cooker, corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes. Heavy on the corned beef." My wife always takes her mom out on St. Patrick's Day for a corned beef and cabbage dinner at a local restaurant. So that's, again, not something I can eat. No, just me. And Eric Breen says, "Judo governor." Yeah, that's right. Not master. Governor. Judo governor. Oh, Scotty says, "I thought people just wear green on that day, Maranya. I don't do anything for all those days." Michael Taylor says, "Good, Maranya. You're welcome." Scotty says, "The Mattel JLU and JL figures are fun out of the package. I have dozens of them." Oh, cool beans. Glad you enjoy them, man. Glad you enjoy them. That's cool. I just can't bring myself to open them. I don't know why. I even find that bizarre of myself, but I don't know. Michael Taylor says, "It was J, Rod." Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sure. Oh, my back itches. So, okay. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. And hello to Jay. If I have not said hello to Jay yet. The Jackson Worker says, "That's Eric, the master of comment corrections." Oh, not the governor of comment corrections? Oh, my no. Oh. Are we going to have a knockdown, drag out slobber knocker? Scotty says, "There's a Peacemaker pop vinyl." I got that. Yeah. Pop vinyl at my Ross that no one is buying. He is wearing just his helmet, and oh yeah, no, I don't have that one. I did see that one, and I'm like, nah, man, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. In my opinion, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I've got the one where he's in the full costume. I've got it up back there with all my ones. I've got the Captain Adam one, and I can't remember the other ones. I think there might be a Judo Master one. I think I do have a Judo Master, but it's in the green costume from the TV show, I believe, not the red and yellow one from the comics. But it is supposed to be the Judo Master character. And I forgot to bring down my back scratcher. Oh man, it's already 20 minutes of one. Eric Breen, he's got a big old smile. Maranya saying, "Scotty, someone should buy that pop and custom paint it." Yeah. When I saw that, I'm thinking, why? What is the purpose of that? I guess I'm missing it, whatever the point is, or what. I don't get it. Michael Thill says those first appearance figures was DC characters, never did Marvel characters. Yeah. They did do something called Silver Age, which was a lot of I know it looked like I'm probably having a fit or something back here, but I'm trying to scratch my back on my chair here. Marvel did Silver Age, which kind of showed you like they had the Gray Hulk. I've got that one. I think there's one. I think I have the one of Captain America with the round, the almost like the triangle type shield too as well. Scotty says, but those ribs on his underwear would show through the paint, Miranda. So yeah, I'm sure it appeals to someone. Yeah, I kind of right with you there. Just not my cup of tea, but that's okay. Hey, comic book curator 68. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Great to have you with us. He says, hello, everyone. Stopping in to say hello, listening, driving. We'll watch on the rewind. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for spending part of your Saturday morning with us. Appreciate that. Miranda says, hey there, CBC. Enjoy the show on the rewind. The Jackson Roykirk says, they need to replace the pole that has a box where there's a cable. Oh, okay. All right. I'm with you now. They need to replace the pole. So it's a pole replacement that has a box where there's a cable that needs to be fixed. Yeah, so it's probably some kind of it's probably one of their amplifiers or a line extender that needs to be fixed, cut out, replaced. That's what we used to have to do. Especially if it was like an electric storm or something like that, where it might have fried something, or it could just be water got inside the device or inside where the fittings are on the device, on either side of the fittings where the cable goes in. Water could get in there and it could cause intermittent problems and stuff like that. Okay, I got you. Well, I would think a pole transfer, you shouldn't take them that long unless where you live there's is it like near a big city or something? Or you live in a big city area? That might be. They might have a large. See, I live in a rural area. We didn't have a large list of pending pole transfers, so. Well, it would take. If something happened to a pole, it would be fixed within 7 days. Because we would have people on it and we didn't have a large backlog. So you might live in an area where there might be a huge backlog and that's why they haven't gotten to it yet. I'm just surmising. So, but I hope they get to it soon for your sake, Jackson, because I would go crazy trying to look at the little screen on my phone. The Jackson Roykirk says, CBC, hey. Miranda says, that sounds sort of like what they had to do with my internet the other week, Jackson. It was messed up due to heavy winds. Yeah, you get a lot of winds, and if there's a lot of play in the line, if the strand is loose and whatnot, it gets a lot of wiggle. And just the weather change, the contraction and expansion with heat and cold, it'll loosen up that cable at the fittings, and it can cause intermittent shorts and stuff like that. So absolutely. Werewolf by lunchtime. Me and D are back with Rico and his cone of shame. Curious Joe Studio says JLA gum. Way cool. Well, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's one of those oddball things that's found its way into my collection. I always wanted a piece of that bubble gum when I was a kid. We would walk into a place called the Mart, the Mammoth Mart, and they had a bank of gumball machines, and one of them had that card in it, the Justice League of America, and I always wanted one, and I never got one, because bubble gum was candy and it was bad, gonna rot your teeth, So, but I got one back in like the early 2000s off of eBay, and I got a fellow who bought the other ones got in touch with me and asked me if I opened it up and would I want to trade the tattoo for one a double he might have. And I'm like, you opened them up? Why? What's the purpose in that? I wanted it whole. I wanted it just the way I saw it in the machine. That's the way I kept mine. Curious Joe says, with a tattoo. Sweet. Yeah. The Jackson Roykirk says, the box has constant problems. That is why Why it wasn't replaced before the pole rotted is beyond me. Why it hasn't been replaced before the pole rotted. Okay. How about if I read it all together and makes sense to me? Okay. Oh, yeah. It sounds like, excuse me, sounds like they need to splice in a new amp or a new line extender. And I mean, that's like maybe an hour's job. But if it's a pole replacement, that'll take a little bit longer because you got to get. I assume that it's not just cable on there; it's also going to be phone and power. And so, if that's the case, whoever owns the pole, whether it's the power company or the telephone company, you have to get their permission, and then they're the ones who have to primarily set the pole, and then once they set the pole, then you can do the pole transfer. So a lot of times it depends on what utility owns the pole itself. So at least that's the way it used to be when I was out in the field. So that's primarily what I did was deal with phone company and power company on pole replacements or new extensions or new streets that we were going to build on. And we always had to wait. We were last ones on the pole. So we had to apply for permission to be licensed to be on the pole to whoever owned the pole, whichever utility owned the pole. Maranya says, poor Rico. Seriously, though, investigate the inflatable collars, werewolf. They are like floaties, but they go around the neck. Jackson Roy Kirk says, hops! and Werewolf by Lunchtime says, only 1 or 2 more days now, Maranya. He's doing well. That's awesome. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Good news. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Jackson! And Michael Taylor says, yes, was me, Rod. That inquired about the jail. I thought it was you, Michael. I just wanted to make sure, love those plastic bubblegum bubbles. Yeah, very cool. I'm guessing that's not from your childhood. No, the bubble is not. I got that fairly recently. Not recently, but back probably now. Oh, my gosh. Now it's probably almost 20 years. Wow. Because this is 2025 and I got it somewhere around 2005, 2004. So, and that's when I got the bubblegum thing. I just went to a store and gave him a quarter or 50 cents, whatever it was, just so I could get that bubble thing. So, yeah. So that is not from my childhood, but the piece of bubblegum is actually vintage from either 69 or 70. So that is definitely vintage. Miranda says, good to hear, Rico. Good to hear. Rico better behave and not earn more time with the cone of shame. Graphic Man, he says, Dell printed into the mid-60s. Yeah, now didn't Dell get taken over by, was it Western Publishing, Gold Key? Didn't they somehow morph into Gold Key? Or am I wrong about that? I could very well be wrong. Probably am wrong about that. But Graphic Man, 60s. Yeah. The Jackson Rourke says, okay, gang, I have to check the rest later. Everybody take care and have a great week. Jackson, so good to have you again in the Peanut Gallery, my friend. Hope everything works out for you. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, weekend, and the week. Hopefully they get that poll transfer done for you, brother. So take care. Sleepy Rita says, bye, Jackson. CE says, nice. And Michael Jackson says, later, Jackson. Michael Taylor also says, you too, Jackson. The Sleepy Rita says, those square-bound issues were so exciting to get a hold of as a kid. You are so right, Damien, man. They were just, it was cool to just get a regular comic. And you got one of those big ones, man. You got a square-bound. I'm thinking, more heroes, more stories for not too much more money, but it was always a big a choice, a big decision. You got a quarter. Do I spend it on a 25-cent comic book that's a thick one? Or do I buy 2 12-centers and still have a penny left over for a piece of penny candy? I mean, those decisions. Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron, hey brother, how you doing? He says, hey Rod, love you man, we'll talk soon. Dig that Thor issue. Yes man, love you. Take care. I look forward to having some more conversations with you on the phone. Always look forward to them, Aaron. So stay cool, my friend. We'll talk soon. Michael Taylor says there was some cool Thors in that Wrecking Crew ranking last night. Yeah, I bet there was because it was. I was trying to think of where I saw them. I saw Wrecking Crew in Defenders. I saw them in the Thor. That Wrecker, there was a couple of, there was this one really cool cover on Thor. I can't remember which issue it was, but it's the one where Thor is going up against the Wrecker, and the next they show a couple panels I think on the cover, and then next thing you know, you see Thor is like collapsed, unconscious in a pile of rubble, and it's just like, who the devil's this guy that could take out Thor and Mjolnir? What the devil? And so I was kind of hooked on him then too. So it was very cool. But when they had the Wrecking Crew, that was wicked cool. I got to find out where they were also in like an issue of Iron Fist. I got to find out where their first appearance is. I got a feeling it might be Defenders, but no, I can't remember. I got to find out. If anybody knows, let me know. You know, send me a comment or in the comments or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. Triple C. I'm going over into his time already, so I apologize. I just get talking. I can't stop. Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron, he says, wow, Journey into Mystery 83. Hot dang. Yeah, I was very blessed, very lucky to come across a copy that I could afford and was intact and everything. So I was just very lucky that way. I've been extremely lucky my whole collecting days since I was a kid. I mean, I've been really blessed that way between people who do AOKs and stuff like that. I mean, really, the community and everything has just been tremendous all around. So just wonderful, wonderful. I've been very, very blessed. Michael Thiel says, great Thors, Rod. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, my friend. Curious Joe, he says, Journey into Mystery 83. Very nice. Looks in good condition. Got a few creases in the cover, little wrinkled in the cover. But the rest of the book is intact and solid, and the cover is attached. So, yes, sir. I'm very happy with the condition and very happy with what I paid for it in that condition. And just to have a piece of history like that, you know, Thor was a favorite character of mine in the Avengers. And to have, I never thought I'd ever have his first appearance. When I figured out about collecting and stuff like that, I never ever thought I'd ever own you know, his first appearance, an Avengers #1, Daredevil #1, X-Men #1. I never thought I'd ever own any of those things, you know, and I've just been very, very lucky and very blessed. So I can't say it enough. So very cool. Thank you, Joe. Scotty says, I'm back. What did I miss? Nothing. Just me flapping my gums. Sleepy Rita says, and Mr. Green Jeans. There you go. Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Green Jeans. And Scotty, he says, I watched Wild Wild West #1 on Wednesday. I remember the intro. It has been about 50 years since I saw this show, I think. That was another big show, Wild Wild West, man. You've heard me talk about James West. He was one of the 3 men that was important in my life on TV back in the mid-'60s to late 60s. There was James West. There was Captain Kirk, and there was Commander Troy from the Rat Patrol. You know, those are the 3 when I go outside and play. Well, we're in the old Wild Wild West today. Okay, gotta put a stick up my sleeve to pretend it's the Derringer that comes out of James West's sleeve. You know, it wasn't until like the early 70s I actually was able to afford a toy Derringer, and first thing I did was tuck it up my sleeve. How wacky am I? Okay, I got it. I know. I mean, just imagine my parents saying, "What is that? That's not our son." That's not, no, that's no way. Maranya says, hey there, Aaron. How are you and Rakina doing today? We want to know. Scotty says, is Boana Beast related to Joanna Man? I don't think so, but they could be. Who knows? I am one of us says, cool cover on the number one, Adam. Finger red number one. There you go. And Scotty says, my mom used to watch The Brave and the Bold and the Beautiful. My mom used to watch, there was a few that she used to watch. She used to watch Secret Storm, which I thought was a really cool name for a TV show, The Secret Storm. She used to watch General Hospital, All My Children, One Life to Live. There was a bunch of them. Me, the only one I ever watched was Dark Shadows. Da, da, da. Scotty says, I've never been to Canada. When I go too far north, I get nosebleeds. I just get cold. And Comics Embrace says, awesome cover. Thank you. I love your icon too, by the way. I don't have it out. Nope. I don't have that one out, but I got this one out. Number 12. It's got a 1 in it, so I can still show it, right? I think that was the first. Well, that's the first time the Hulk and the Fantastic Four meet. So there we go. It still works. And Aaron says, hey, Lady M, she's doing great. Great to hear. He says, also, wow, look at that Daredevil number 1. Yeah, baby. Very lucky indeed. DD1 classic. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Mike Taylor says Rod just pulls out a Daredevil number 1. He's just, and I certainly hope nobody takes it the way like, oh, just kind of showing off. No, that's not the reason. I just was doing something different, and I came up with that one idea because I was going to be here by myself today, and I just went with that, and I just grabbed a bunch of stuff to show and stuff. So it's not about ego. Believe me, it's not about ego. I fully understand how lucky I am and blessed I am to have been able to have the collection over the years. So please don't take it as an ego thing, an ego trip. And not that you were, Michael, not that you were. I wasn't saying it was you or anything. I just didn't want people to get the wrong idea. So that's not what I'm about. Daredevil number 1, first Karen page. I'm so jealous, says Werewolf. Scotty says, oh my gosh, Becky, would you look at that book? It's so large. I think you're talking about the Treasury editions, right? Absolutely. I am one of us says, I love the king size Daredevil. Yeah. That's one of those ones you don't see a lot of, is that king size number 1. I think number 2 too, you don't see too often of Daredevil anywhere. Aaron says, incredible keys, Rod. Yeah, well, like I said, I was very lucky, extremely lucky, and very blessed. A lot of people. I couldn't have this collection without a lot of people, and too many to name off and thank throughout the years. But I really have been blessed. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have collections similar and probably feel the same way. Just extremely happy and blessed to be able to get those books and stories and characters that you really enjoy. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you, Aaron. Graphic Man says, yes, theme shows are great. Next time, show all number 47s. Okay, we'll just pull a number. We're gonna just show numbers 47s. I love it. I like that idea, Graphic Man. Hey, Triple P, how you doing, man? Great to have you with us, sir. Oh, he says, greetings and salutations, Rod. Better late never. And wow, I came on and saw a dream book for me. Oh, which one? Which one's your dream book? I want to know. I want to know. Michael Taylor said, Rod, I'd rather have a coverless Avengers 1 than an incomplete copy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, when I bought that Avengers #1, it wasn't even a hesitation. Even though it was coverless, you know, because they were like, it's coverless, you know, if you want it, yeah, I paid next to nothing for it because it was back in a time where, you know, coverless was I was beat up and so I mean, but hey, you know, like you said, it's better to have a coverless copy than an incomplete copy. I wholeheartedly agree, Michael. Curious Joe says another one, #1, X-Men. Great collection, Rod. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate that. Like I said, I can't say it enough. Just been lucky. There's there's plenty of people out there that have awesome collections, a lot better than mine. I'm happy with what I've got, and I've just been so happy. I never dreamed I would have a quarter of the stuff that I've got here. Not just comic books, but the toys and the little things from my childhood. Like these little Auburn USA rubber cars and stuff like that we used to have as kids, and just stuff like that. Just a lot of nostalgia, a lot of happy memories in this stuff. So thank you, Joe. Michael Taylor says, great book. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. Says, yes, Rob. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Cool beans. Curious Joe says, a mint #1 cover, that is. Yeah, still awesome. Yeah. There's somebody out there, I think he probably still makes them, but he makes Silver Age covers, authentic ones, complete, the inside and the outside. They have the ads just like it was back in the day. So I mean, it's not just like just the cover on the outside; it's the cover on the inside as well. So and it was relatively cheap. I think it was like $25. So I mean, it really was nice to accompaniment to that coverless Avengers. So yeah, absolutely, Joe. Scotty says, I just got season 1 of Simpsons for $1.99 at CRC Thrift Store. There you go. What did I pick up recently? What did I pick up? There was this DVD, a couple of DVDs I picked up. Oh, the new Hellboy movie. I picked that up. And there was something else, some other one. I can't remember now. Doggone it. My memory is horrible. Congratulations, Scotty, though, on picking that up. Michael Taylor says, great show as always. Had a blast, Rod. Shannon, wherever you are. Peanut Gallery, have a great weekend and an upcoming week. You too, Michael. Thank you so much for your support of the show and always being here in the Peanut Gallery. Greatly appreciate it, man. And always a pleasure to see you in the Peanut Gallery and hear your comments and share your comments with us. So thank you so much, Michael. Tempest from Mars, he says, what are you playing at, crazy old man? Showing all those #1s. We want to see modern comics. Modern. Oh, I knew it. I was debating, should I go old school or should I just bring out the new? And doggone it, I left the new. Do I have some new ones? Wait. What do I got here? What is this? Not to disappoint. Look, it's a #1. Challengers of the Unknown. Hot off the press, only a month old. How's that? Defenders of the Earth, #4. It's not a #1, but it's got a 1 up here in the corner. Incredible Hulk. There we go. Oh, what else here? Oh, Space Ghost. Space Ghost. Number 8, but number 1 in my heart. There you go. Little bit of modern stuff. So there we go, Tempest. I know he's just kidding. I know you're just kidding, brother. Scotty says, oh, yeah, I forgot about Bigfoot and Wild Boy. Yeah. Maranya says, take care, Rod Shannon, on assignment. The Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foofs, the studio audience, and Maranya's Legion of Peanut Pets. Stay safe and warm and hydrated. Words to live by. Thank you so much, Maranya, for being here once again, keeping me in line, keeping things rolling for me. I really appreciate that. So take care. Hope all is well with you and your husband. I hope he's he must be getting close to fully recovered, right? So hopefully everything is going well. And we will see you next week, hopefully. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as they say. So take care, Maranya. Thank you again. Scotty says, I use the corner of the door frame as my back shirt. Yeah, me too. Me too. But I also have a wooden one that it's like a little stick with a curved hand at the end. And that's what I miss. That one really works good. I am one of us says Night Tiger was doing a cleanup. So he sent me 55 new Batman comics free 1980s to 2010 last Wednesday. Awesome. Yeah, Night Tiger, he's another one in the community that is tremendous as far as his giving and stuff like that. He's got an exciting, incredible collection of not just silver and gold like I like, but his golden ages is incredible. Him, Jambo is another one who's got a tremendous, amazing golden age comic collection, as well as bronze and silver and stuff like that. That's awesome. Congratulations. That is very cool. And very cool of Night Tiger to do that. So that's very cool. And awesome. And Crazy Hungarian, great show, Rod. He said, oh, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, man. And once again, don't forget to check out Friday nights, Crazy Hungarian Joe's live Friday nights. You got to go check him out. It was 3 hours long, right? So it was from 8 Eastern to 11 Eastern. So great show, a lot of fun, great guests, and showing great comics. So definitely check him out. Thanks, Joe. Curious Joe Studios saying, great show, Doctor. Thank you. Well, thank you, Joe, for taking part of your Saturday and hang with us, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hope you'll come back and join us again. Be part of the Peanut Gallery. You're always welcome. Hope to see you again, my friend. Tempest from Mars says Wrecking Crew did appear in Defender's First Dog. Oh, okay. So I'm not delusional all the time. I have those old Marvel Legends figures. People seem to be asking silly money for the record these days. Have a good one. Yeah. That's been my experience. Any of the Wrecking Crew. They just made some new ones not too long, and even those are, So congratulations on having them, though. That's awesome, man. That's up. Tempest, if you get a chance, man, show some of those action figures on one of your shows, man. I would love to see you do a show showcasing some of your cool action figures that you enjoy and stuff like that, because that would be cool. I'd love to see your Wrecking Crew action figures, man. So cool beans. Check out Tempest from Mars. Check out his content, and you won't be disappointed. Always great comics. Always likes to throw in his sense of humor in there. Love it. So definitely check him out. Michael Taylor says, speaking of Robert Conrad growing up, I met him. Really? Oh, wow. Lucky you, man. Robert Conrad. Yeah, he was a big part of my childhood. Very big part. Oh, Wild Wild West, man. I loved it. Wild Wild West. That's so cool, though. Did you get an autograph or something? Or how did you meet him? I'm curious. Oh, it's already past 1 o'clock. Oh my gosh. Michael Taylor says, Rod, yeah, I'm not implying. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't mean, I don't take it that way because I know you weren't. I was just saying in my head, I don't want anybody to think that's what I'm doing. It wasn't anything really to do with what you had said, Michael. No. No, my friend. No, sir. Miranda says, belated greetings and salutations, Triple P. Yeah. And Scotty says, claim Defenders of the Year. I love it. I still got to hunt down the first 3 issues of that. So, Werewolf by Lunchtime says, just had a party, and that's why I haven't commented much. So now I have to tidy up the mess. Don't like waking up to mess. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, good luck with that, Werewolf. I know. I'm sure you'll be up to the job, my friend. I'm sure it won't take you any time. You'll have it sparkling like brand new. Tempest from Mars says, you never disappoint, dog. Well, thank you so much for the kind words, Tempest. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And I can speak for Shannon in this too. We really appreciate you guys. You show up every week and in the Peanut Gallery and make this show what it is. Very enjoyable and a ton of fun to do with you guys. So thank you all very, very much for hanging out with us. And we greatly appreciate it. So and like I said, if you guys can think of any kind of themes that you like or any kind of hey, we'd like to see more Space Ranger comics, or something like that. Don't be afraid. Go throw the comments out there. Send me an email. Send me, some kind of Instagram or send me something. Let me know. Let Shannon know. And because we're looking at trying to do some more theme type things. So this one was just happened to just spontaneously pop in my head. Of course, it died of loneliness, but that's the way life goes sometimes. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I went way over, but you guys make it so easy for me to just keep doing this. I just love talking with you guys and sharing the stories, sharing the memories, sharing your thoughts, your loves, your comic stories and everything. So very cool. Hopefully next week we'll get back to I don't think Shannon's going to make it next week. I'm not sure yet. For sure. We'll know probably closer to midweek and whatnot for sure. And also, I just once again, I just want to say, prayers and good thoughts out to Easy Comic Reader on the passing of his mom. And also our best wishes for a speedy recovery for Teddy. So those keep those people in your thoughts and prayers if you would. So thank you very much. And we've got I Am One of Us. He says, thanks, Rod. Great show. Well, thank you very much, I Am One of Us. I greatly appreciate that. I'm glad for your support. I'm glad you're always here hanging out with us as well in the Peanut Gallery. So I truly, and I can speak for Shannon. We try to make this as entertaining for you folks as possible because you guys are the show. You guys are phenomenal. It's a lot of fun just to share the stories and memories, man. We just love them. Love hearing the stories and stuff. So thank you once again. I appreciate that. I'm one of us. And I think that's going to catch us up with everybody for the Peanut Gallery. It is 1:16. I got to get upstairs and get something to eat. So I know it might be pizza. Yeah. Let's see. We got wrestling pay-per-view on tonight. The Elimination Chamber. So that'll be a brutal couple of matches. So I'm sure there's a pizza in my future. I don't know what I'll get now to snack on. It'd be something good, I'm sure. So, all right. Well, thank you once again, everybody. I'm probably just talking to myself at this point, and I don't blame you guys. So thank you all very much for helping me get through another show. Really appreciate it. We hope Shannon will be back soon. So Ow, Charlie horses in my thighs, man. Wow. So anyway, we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hope you guys will join us. And we look forward to seeing you all once again. So everybody, you take care. Have a great week. I was playing the wrong one. Let's try it again. All right, everybody, have a great week. We'll see you all next week. Take care.